What's up, guys? This is the Geeks on the Phone podcast coming at you. I'm here with Zack and DJ. This is Andy. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing wonderful.
Real good.
Fantastic. First and foremost, I do want to apologize.
Son of a bitch.
Last week's episode is lost forever because I was clearing out some things on my laptop, and somehow the most recent episode
He wasn't
was
even part
within
of it.
there.
He deleted it.
No, I was part of that one.
Were you?
That was the Star Wars one.
Oh shit! Yeah, my bad. Fuck.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
It's been 1 week, Zack.
I'm sorry. Oh man.
Roared start.
Yeah,
But
no, that's an honest mistake, man.
yeah. But yeah, I just want, for our fans out there, besides just us,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
So,
no, that's cool, man. It was a really good podcast.
It was a good
It was
episode.
probably one of our best, honestly. We're not just saying that because it got deleted, but
You're like teasing the fans out there now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we recorded this wonderful podcast last week, and you will never fucking hear it. You will never hear it.
never. It was like a good 45 minutes of Star Wars, though.
It really was.
It was.
It was.
So I don't think we're really going to revisit that again on this. I mean, we got some Star Wars articles, but
We have to talk about it a little bit, but yeah, not 45 minutes.
yeah, we covered on the one that Andy deleted. But no,
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
no, I wasn't trying to
He
be.
fucking walking up to work to me the other day. He's like, fucking deleting podcasts, man.
I'm kidding, man. It's not. It happens. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So there
Welcome.
Yes. Welcome everybody. Everybody have a good week.
Yes, very good week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's the holidays, man. How can you not have a good week?
It's true. It's true. Yeah, it was good. Did you guys celebrate? Well, how was your Christmas?
Not bad.
Good.
Had good food, good times.
Yeah, you had roasted turkey.
No, deep fried turkey.
fried turkey.
Deep fried turkey.
I had fucking wings on a pizzazz. That was my Christmas dinner.
I cleaned out. Went over to the girlfriend's family, and yeah, we had deep fried turkey and ham. There was dressing and the best fucking macaroni and cheese you'll ever have
Yeah,
in
you
your life.
told me about that.
Oh my god, there was other food and desserts. I mean, it's a wonder I can even walk today.
My grandparents, every single Christmas, they usually get steak, like really good steak.
Yeah.
And baked potatoes, and that's part of our Christmas gift every year. It's
That
so
sounds good.
good.
We kind of did steak the night before
Yeah.
Christmas Eve with just my family. It was really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. It was real good.
And
Mine
you had
was-
wings, Zach.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, my dinner was I was at my parents. We celebrated Christmas on Christmas Eve, and I was outside with my mom having a cigarette, and I was like, "Are we gonna have dinner tomorrow?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "All right." So like my Christmas dinner technically was like Hooters wings, like chili cheese dip, and like what's that stuff like my family loves it. It's like sausage and cheese put on rye bread. What's that stuff?
Sausage and cheese put on
It's
rye
like
bread.
sausage and cheese kind of dip put on a rye bread and you bake it. You guys ever
Oh,
seen
I've
that shit?
had that. It's
Yeah,
good.
my mom makes it on the holidays every year. But yeah, we had
No
that.
idea.
I'm not a big fan of it. It's good. Like no disrespect to my mom. Like it's not my thing, but everybody loves it. But yeah, we did our Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then yesterday I was telling DJ yesterday I just chilled at home. I'm on this new antibiotic because I've been coughing. I found out I had bronchitis.
In case you haven't heard the last 6 podcasts.
Yeah, but I'm getting better. It takes a while to get rid of this shit. But I have this antibiotic has me on the most fucked up sleep schedule ever. Like I woke up yesterday and I got cleaned up and I went and got a couple drinks. I was just gonna watch movies and day drink. Typical Zack, but and I had some drinks and I never tried them before. I had a Four Loko. Those things knock you on your ass. Four Loko.
You had a Four
one?
Loco last week.
I did, yeah,
Yeah, it was
and I
that
had
gold one.
and I just recently started trying them, and they're 12% alcohol.
The
These
one
are
you had
huge.
was 14, I think.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was ridiculous.
So the truth is that Andy didn't actually delete the podcast. Zach had too many Four Locos, and we don't know what happened.
But yeah, like I was like just hanging out watching YouTube and doing other stuff, and I fell asleep at like 5 o'clock. And I woke up at like 9. I made wings, woke up, made wings, watched more YouTube until like midnight, and then I fell asleep until like 3 a.m. And then I woke up at 3 a.m., stayed up till 6:30 a.m. this morning, and then I fell asleep and woke up at 7:30. It's got me all fucked up, this antibiotic. So
well, you sound better, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you.
I had a Christmas miracle. I have to speak about this just very briefly. So I used to really be into this game. For any of you gamers out there, I used to play Return to Castle Wolfenstein back in the day. Well, this came out back in 2003, and Activision was going to release a online version of it for the PC. Yeah. I don't know if they were going to release anything for Xbox Live or the PS Network. But they got lazy and they decided to just release it as a free standalone game by itself called Enemy Territory. I was addicted to this game forever. I used to play it constantly, and then it blew up. Like, it just came out originally with 6 maps, and then people started modding it and making different weapons and different maps, and it just blew up, and it's amazing.
Right.
I haven't played this game since 2009, and I recently, just on a whim, I got an old desktop computer sitting in my house that I used to play it on. I haven't really used the computer much for anything. I don't have it hooked up to the internet.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein, that was on PS2 and PC, right?
PS2, PC, and the original Xbox.
I remember that game was like 2003.
Three.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah, I remember that game, yeah.
And the game itself was actually pretty badass for its time.
Right. I remember that game. It was a good game, yeah.
It was a very good first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So, Enemy Territory far surpassed it. Just blew up. I played this game forever, and like I said, it's been 6 years since I've played it. Just on a whim, I decided to kind of hook my phone up to the computer because it's so old it doesn't have Wi-Fi capability or anything, and I don't have an Ethernet cord. Plugged this sumbitch in. Lo and behold, I access the internet and I find out people are still playing this game, and it's basically the exact same that it was. It's called E.T. Legacy. There's a newer version of it.
Yeah.
I downloaded that. Dude, my night was lost. I literally spent like 6 straight hours. I was up to like
blast from the past. Huh?
I was up to like 6 a.m. Christmas morning playing this, just so excited. And at first, it's because you have to use the keyboard on a PC. You don't use a controller unless you buy one specifically. And this isn't made for a controller game. So I'm there with I'm right hand on the mouse and fingers on the keyboard, and it's like, hello, old friend. Glad to see you back. It was like just picking up the fucking lightsaber for the first time in 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, man, it just fit. It fit like a fucking glove.
Isn't that awesome?
It was so good. And I wasn't even that far removed from it to where I wasn't doing any good. Like, by the third map, I'm sitting there just absolutely waxing people. I was so excited. I'm just like, fuck yes, I'm back into this shit. So I was up till 6 a.m. playing it. I couldn't help it. Like, yeah, I know I have Christmas plans, but I also have Wolfenstein. What am I supposed to do? It's a huge dilemma. But no, wonderful week. I know that we all had great weeks.
It's been good, yeah.
Lots of good Christmassy stuff, free stuff.
For sure.
All that good stuff. What about you, Andy? Did you have any special
anything
plans?
Cool for Christmas?
Actually, my mom is purchasing my next tattoo.
All right.
My sister and I are getting our brother and sister tattoo because her and I have been talking about it for like 8 months now. We're getting Phil and Lil from the Rugrats because that was our favorite cartoon growing up.
That's awesome.
So January 5th, I will be getting my new tattoo. Maiden Voyage, that's the tattoo studio. That's where my aunt works. She's fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
Excellent.
check it out. But yeah.
Cheap plug.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I got this awesome Blackhawks hoodie. I got another hoodie where it's Boba Fett's outfit, and you zip it up all the way, and it's his full outfit with helmet, everything.
Oh, nice.
I also got a Batman cookie jar, which is awesome. It's sitting right next to my Darth Vader one in my apartment.
Stay out of my cookie jar.
Where are the cookies? Where are the cookies?
You won't give the cookies to your nerd, son. The chocolate chip.
The jar is only half full. You need more.
I got all kinds of cool stuff too. The picture that you'll actually see associated with this podcast was taken on my brand new homemade boa-covered selfie stick.
Yes.
I am fucking excited about this.
Glorious.
It is so amazing. I am so happy with this thing. And it looks super professional. You can't tell it was homemade at all.
Yeah,
Absolutely awesome. shout out to Ashley for making this for me because
well done.
You are the shit for this.
Look in my eye.
Yes, little Tyler Breeze action.
Yes,
loving
Tyler Breeze. Yeah.
I also got the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray,
Nice.
which I was very excited about.
Very nice.
And also, there's this Christmas game that we play at my mom's every Christmas morning. She has a pickle ornament, and she puts it on the tree where you have to find it, and it's called Find the Pickle, and whoever finds it gets like a little small gift.
Okay.
This year it was Home Alone on DVD, and I got it, so I was pretty stoked about that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good Christmas. It was cool hanging out with family, getting caught up with everybody, so it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Excellent.
For sure.
Also, did you guys see any movies for Christmas? Did you go anywhere in the theater?
I saw Star Wars for the third time in IMAX on the Christmas Eve.
I saw Star Wars on Tuesday for the 4th time.
The thing is fucking loud and glorious in
Yes.
IMAX. My God, it's beautiful in IMAX 3D.
I haven't seen it in IMAX yet, but I did see it. I did see it again for the second time.
Did you like it better than
damn it.
the first time?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I actually enjoyed it more. I guess kind of because I was able to really immerse myself more into it. And the things that sort of bothered me about it the first time that you didn't hear about kind of bothered me in the same way. Just I have some issues with some of the plot holes. I mean, just I don't know. I'm sure it'll be explained, but there's a couple things that just kind of irked me. But it wasn't like to the point where I was like, oh my God, this movie sucks or anything. It's not like that. That's taking from a very critical eye, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like picking it apart. But I really enjoyed it, and especially the second viewing, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was nice, and it actually got the same polite applause that it got
the golf clap.
Yes, the golf clap when I went last week too. It was amazing.
It's earth shattering in fucking IMAX.
It's glorious.
Yeah, because we saw it twice on opening day.
Yeah,
I saw it once in the morning, and we saw it
late
at night. Yeah, and then I saw it again yesterday, and because I had to see it, I didn't want to. 3 times is enough for me. I don't want to get burnt out on it. But I saw it in IMAX 3D. My God, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful in IMAX 3D.
Very well shot.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I went to that one. That was 12:50 in the afternoon on Christmas Eve, and it was still fucking packed.
Still?
There was like 50 or 60 people in there. And they're thinking, I mean, we'll get into it in movie news, but they're thinking it's going to, by the end of the weekend, it's going to cross the $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Already.
Yep.
And it's been... for what, technically 9 days?
And it hasn't even opened.
9 days.
No, 8 days.
And it hasn't even opened in China.
8 fucking days. And yeah,
China opens up like the first
January
week of January.
9th.
Yeah.
It's and then China is actually the second biggest movie market in the world. So
and they love like the prequels, so they're gonna
God.
eat that shit up.
Yes,
man.
they are.
It might dethrone Avatar. It's got to show.
I hope it
so.
fucking does.
So. Star Wars deserves to be at the top forever. Like, it's just such an achievement.
And even if this one doesn't, I mean, there's how many more? There's at least 2 more coming out.
Episode
8,
and plus all the anthology movies.
Yeah, the solo films.
So yeah, it's
Rogue One, the Kenobi movie, and then a Han Solo and Boba Fett movie.
Like 5 years we got Star Wars movies. So
basically, yeah, like we mentioned a couple weeks ago, if you are not a Star Wars fan,
this isn't the time to be alive.
This isn't the time to be living. You may want to consider building a time machine or going into cryostasis.
Yep, it's Star Wars mania right now.
Because, if
it's back.
It's back.
It's beyond back. It's the biggest it's ever been.
Back and in full force. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and holiday. I mean, holidays technically aren't over yet. It really ends with Christmas or New Year's Eve and shit. That's when it's really over.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody had a good Christmas. So we all did. So I did get a. I don't know if you guys saw my photo, but I'm fucking set. I got like a pizzazz. Finally got a damn pizzazz because Matt moved out and he took the pizzazz with him. So now I have a fucking pizzazz. I've been using the shit out of it already. And I got Star Wars Force Awakens beer glasses. Did you see those?
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it has one's the First Order and the other's the Rebellion.
Nice.
And then the Star Wars, the Stormtrooper coffee mug, which I'll be drinking whiskey out here in a second. And my sister got me a 12-pack of shitty horror movies.
Fantastic.
B-list is set. So.
I did get an awesome gift from my buddy Cameron. It's a Dragon Ball Z cup. It's like a pint glass, and it's like orange on the bottom, and then it like goes into like an amber red.
Nice.
And Goku's on the cup.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
It's really fucking cool. And then my dad, actually last Monday, he called me up and he's like, "Hey, what kind of booze do you like?" I'm like,
I wish my dad would do that.
He called me up. He's like, "What kind of booze do you like?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You like Captain or Jack?" I'm like, "I like
Is he
Jack."
that mad?
No.
Oh,
He was angry.
He was in the middle of the store and it was loud.
Oh, okay.
So he was yelling. And
Does he have a flip phone?
no.
I just totally picture him with a flip phone.
It sounds like a.
Do you like Captain or do you like Jack?
Sounds like a flip phone kind of deal.
But I got a one of those Jack Daniels gift sets that
Yeah.
came with a bottle of Jack
Oh,
and a
nice.
little glass too. So I'm set for New Year's.
I have like 23 hours of the Ken Burns documentary of baseball.
That's
to watch.
awesome.
Yeah.
You're telling
So-
me about that. That's so cool. You got that.
I'm just gonna have to take a day, 2 days off of work so that I can watch it straight through until my brain melts with baseball knowledge of 160 years. And then I also got the entire series of Breaking Bad because I've never seen
nice.
it all the way
Very
through.
nice.
I just happened to. It was an unfortunate time. I didn't have a DVR at the time when it was airing, and I could never catch it week to week. And it was everything I'd ever heard about it. It's one of those series that you have to watch from start to
the best
finish.
One of the best
Yeah,
series
and
ever.
I actually started watching it on Netflix, and I got through the first season right into the second season, starting off, and that's kind of where it's left off. But now I can pick it up at any time I want, and
sure.
I don't have Netflix at my house, so yeah, that's why I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
that's
it
rough.
It is
man.
rough. Someday.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really looking forward to it because everything I've seen of it, it's just so incredible. So I'm really excited.
It's like I have two like top TV shows of all time. It's Breaking Bad and Sopranos.
Mhm.
Yep.
Those are number two,
Yep.
two all time.
Love Sopranos too.
Oh,
I've got the whole
so
series of that.
fucking
It's
good,
so
man.
amazing.
Man, I wish that would, and it'll never come back, but I wish it would. God, it'd be so.
I've always, to be honest, I always envisioned that they would continue the Sopranos and explain that Tony died in that last scene.
Yeah.
That he actually got shot. And Meadow gets jaded
Yeah,
from it.
yeah.
I don't want them to go to the direction of AJ because I think that's too cliche. Oh, the son gets butt hurt by the whole thing, and
AJ.
yeah, and he wants to take over the family,
Mm.
but he's a fucking
It's
idiot.
a terrible choice.
He's a nincompoop, and I think it would be so much better.
I haven't heard that fucking word in a while.
Yep. So I always thought it'd be better if Meadow took it over and just becomes this ruthless bitch of the family and just, is evil, like way more evil and vicious than her father, and really take kind of a more hardcore edge because she's so young.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of get like what Tony Soprano could have been more like when he was younger, because they don't really tell that story much in the
Right.
series. I think that would be fucking awesome. Just pretty much everybody that needs to be there is still alive, with the exception of Tony. You write him out pretty quick with that last scene. So I think it would be cool, but I think that's going to be in developmental hell forever.
I do
I don't
need to
think it'll
rewatch The
happen.
Sopranos. I do need to rewatch it. It's so good.
Oh man, I'm on cloud nine drinking whiskey out of my Stormtrooper coffee mug.
It actually says Zack on the bottom of it.
It does, yeah. It says,
really does.
Zack. Ah! Some kind of brand, I guess, but yeah, coincidentally says Zack.
It was made for you, sir.
We'll jump into movie news. Deadpool trailer.
Holy shit!
Yes! So good. That was a great trailer.
This is very small, but I'm very glad that they did it. Colossus actually sounds fucking Russian.
Yes. Not only does he sound Russian, but he's huge.
He's
finally.
fucking huge.
He's not a little fucking ninny anymore. They actually went the right direction and made him a big hulking son of a bitch. And Deadpool shuts him down pretty quickly, which is fucking amazing.
I don't need your X-Men bullshit.
Yeah. That's such a fun trailer. It was really awesome.
The beginning I thought was funny, how he's just sitting in the back of the taxi fucking with the window. He's like, it's kind of lonesome back here.
He's climbing up front.
Yeah, he climbs up front. I'm after someone on my naughty list.
I can't wait.
Good.
I cannot wait for this movie.
Hey, we got about a month and a half left.
I know, dude.
Yeah. It's really close.
Dare I say, I personally might be more excited for this than Star Wars. I know that might be blasphemy at this table, but I'm serious. I fucking have been waiting for this movie for so long. And it's so nice to see that the how would you word it? Animatronic version that came out a couple years ago, the leaked trailer that wasn't really.
Oh, it was just completely CG.
It was. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice to see that they literally put that whole thing back into the actual movie. All they did was change the music because he was listening to I think Hollaback Girl, the original.
Changed to DMX or
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, shoot, well, shoot, baby. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that was a good trailer. That movie's gonna do real well. I think it's gonna be good.
T.J. Miller is the fucking man.
Yeah,
you look like the inside of other people's assholes.
Yeah,
like,
I was dying at that
just
part.
quick quips that he does. It's just fucking amazing.
Like I remember when he first made it kind of came on the scene. He was in Cloverfield. He was HUD behind the camera, and everybody's just like a lot of people hated him. I thought he was hilarious. So he's so awkwardly stupid, and I thought he did great.
My favorite role that he's in was in She's Out of My League, just because he was such an asshole in that movie. And the all of his lines in that movie were just wouldn't surprise me if they were improv.
The one thing I actually can't wait for, as silly as it sounds, I can't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray, even though it hasn't even hit the theater yet. Because can you imagine the deleted scenes from that? Oh my god,
the gag reel,
so fucking funny.
Yeah, they'll be good. Yeah.
I think I do like what they're doing with promoting the movie. Because it's Deadpool. He's just sitting in a chair or sitting in front of a fucking fireplace. There's just the marketing for this movie. They can do whatever the fuck they want because it's Deadpool.
Right. I think it's great that Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. Mm-hmm. That part is just fucking great.
It's classic.
Without the mask, never breaks the fourth wall. But always with the mask, that's fucking amazing. I'm so excited.
That new IMAX poster that came out for the movie.
That was good.
Fucking Stan Lee on there. I'm hoping, for his cameo, Deadpool actually goes up to him, don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah. That would be excellent.
It looks good, though.
February 12th.
Yes.
February 12th. Can't get here soon enough.
Apparently, we'll jump a little Star Wars news here. JJ's read the Episode 8 script.
He wants to direct it.
It's so good, I wish I were making it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good coming from him.
For those who don't know who is directing it.
Rian Johnson, yeah.
He did Looper and Brick, and he did a couple episodes of Breaking Bad. I think he did the Ozymandias episode, which is one of the best episodes.
Didn't he do the Fly?
He did the Fly episode too.
Yeah. He said he read it and said something he never ever says. He said, "It's so good, I wish I were making it." He may have said something one time on Lost with Damon Lindelof, co-creator, but I never heard him express regret like that. So that's pretty damn good when JJ's regretting that he can't direct this movie. That's a damn good script. So we will be seeing Star Wars Episode 8 in 2017. So
year and a half from now.
Yep. I already seen on Facebook there's tickers for fucking Episode 8, the days.
On the Star Wars app, there's actually a ticker already for Episode 8.
That's awesome. I guess we can still piggyback off that, but we were talking about earlier. It's just shattering records right now. It's they're thinking by probably the 10th or 12th day of release, it'll cross the 1 billion mark,
which
worldwide,
is insane.
Which it'll set a record there too, because that's the quickest to 1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it took Jurassic World to make it to 1
billion.
12 days.
I think 12 or 13 days.
Yeah. But they also had China opening the same time. This doesn't.
Exactly.
So, even if it doesn't hit the speed record on that, worldwide and overall, oh my god, it's going to destroy every record ever.
I hope it beats Avatar.
I
really hope it does.
There's no way it can. Just based on the marketing. You can't turn on a television. You can't drive down the street. You can't walk into a store. You can't go get something to eat. Star Wars is everywhere. It is I have never seen promotion like this. I've seen.
It wasn't even like that with the prequels.
God, no.
It was advertised pretty heavily with the prequels, but it's not on this level.
Mm-mm.
The anticipation for this movie was bigger than any movie ever.
Yeah.
Yes, Avatar was critically acclaimed and it did a huge box office, but it didn't have the machine that Star Wars has behind it, and it's outrageous. It's amazing to see how much it's made already, but I really think that, you could be looking at $200 billion a lot quicker than
200 billion.
You mean 2 billion?
Hey, no, I'm saying 200 billion. Everybody's gonna watch this fucking movie. I've seen it twice. You've seen it 3 times. You've already seen it 4.
Yeah,
it's been out for a week.
yeah. Everybody, literally in the world, is gonna see Star Wars.
It's that damn good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I might go see it one more time, but
I don't know if I can do it one more time. I think I'm good with 3.
I saw Avengers 7 times in theaters, so I think I'll be all right. It's fucking Star Wars.
Dark Knight 7 times in theaters.
I actually had to correct someone today. You would have just freaked out. I had to correct someone today who inexplicably thought that Darth. I had to accentuate that. Darth Vader's name was Dark Vader.
I heard that the other day too.
What the hell?
And I emphasized on the. It's Darth.
40
Darth Vader.
40 fucking years he's almost been around, and call him Dark Vader. God damn it.
The worst was the person said, "Well, nobody's ever corrected me. I've called him Dark Vader."
Who knows how long they've been calling him Dark Vader?
Oh, that's
rough.
They're probably part of the 1% who claims they've seen it, but they really haven't.
My fucking dad shared this photo on Facebook the other day.
I know what it is.
It was like this photo, just like the original episode 4 poster, and like he shared it and he typed like, I could give 2 shits less, and it said like, I'm one of the like 1% that's never watched Star Wars, and then, like I commented on it with like a frowny face, and like my mom liked the comment, and then, like like nothing came of it. Like one of these days I will get my dad to watch Star Wars. Even if it's like his dying day, I'm like, we're watching fucking Star Wars, Dad. So, more movie news. Apparently, there was going to be an animated Spider-Man flick. They delayed it.
I think there was something I've heard that Sony was planning on doing an animated Spider-Man movie, but I thought that was just going to be stuck in developmental hell.
Apparently, they were going to make it, and now it's been delayed to. It was going to come out in summer of 18. Now it's delayed to December 21st.
What's the fucking point?
I'm kind of good on that. I'm Spider-Man out for the next couple of decades.
I mean, it's one thing they've just butchered. I mean, not butchered, but like just
botched.
Thrown in your face.
Yeah, they
for years.
I mean,
now.
call it what it is. They botched that shit bad.
I'm one of the few. I liked Amazing Spider-Man. I thought they were good.
The first one was good. The first one was okay. Two was okay. It was bloated.
Yeah,
it was
there's too much in it. Yeah.
Now I am excited that Marvel finally has their rights back to it. So he'll actually be part of the cinematic universe that they've created so far, which is fantastic. But I know that Marvel already has planned an Amazing Spider-Man movie for their cinematic universe, and it's not going to be an origin story, thank God, because we've seen his origin. We all know his fucking origin.
We've heard it 10 times.
We've had five live-action Spider-Man movies in the last 13 years.
That's insane.
We don't need any more.
That's crazy.
And I mean,
5?
God. That's
1 through 3. Then, and then Spider.
And then Amazing.
5 movies
since 2002, because that's when the first one came out.
Jesus, gee whiz, boys.
We've had like, I don't know, at least 3 too many Spider-Man movies, and well, at least 3 too many Fantastic Four movies as well. Someday, they're never gonna give that shit up. They're gonna keep pushing that. I know that we talked that they're not gonna do the second one now. I guarantee you at some point that shit is going to
They're probably going to reboot it.
It's going to reboot.
Because Marvel's going to be like, you should give this back. Then Fox, on their fucking high horse, oh no, we're going to keep it. Fucking Fox. Just get rid of it!
Yeah, they fucked up too much. They just need to get rid of it.
Ooh. They're doing okay with X-Men, but it would be so much better if Marvel had it.
Yeah.
Because then in Infinity Wars, whenever that fucking comes out, you could have the X-Men in it.
Yes.
Oh, God!
There's so much they could do.
There is movie news. There is actually talks that there.
You guys got some movie news?
Infinity Wars, like every single like Marvel hero that they can get is going in that movie.
Really?
Yes, and the movie is being shot entirely in IMAX.
Whoa!
And supposedly it's going to have a $1 billion budget.
What?
Yes.
Damn.
Infinity Wars. I mean, part 1 and 2.
Yes.
Combined,
$1 billion budget.
$1 billion?
That's really not that surprising. Think of how much how much CG, how much effects, how much everything.
But still, that's
that
unheard of.
That,
I mean, you gotta pay the actors. I mean,
that almost seems low, to be honest.
But still, just like that's going to be one of the biggest movies of all time.
Mm-hmm. God. It'd be nice if we could get some of these fucking companies to work together. Forget whether or not Fox has.
If Fox collaborated with Marvel, they'd get a good chunk of change for collaborating.
That's
but no, they don't want to fucking do that. Whatever.
Someday.
In a perfect world, that would happen. But,
The one thing that everyone can agree on is money. That's the only thing that everyone can agree on when it comes to movies. They like making it. They like selling movies. If it's going to make enough money, it'll happen. Yeah. It'll happen.
Yep, for sure.
The only movie news I had was actually related to Deadpool, as a matter of fact. It actually is already talking about the second Deadpool movie, which has apparently been confirmed.
Yeah.
And one of the main characters has already been announced for it. Have you heard about this yet?
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier.
Cable is
fucking
going to
the
be
best bromance in all of comic book history.
Oh, I can't wait.
God, just imagine the screen interaction between the two of them. Ryan Reynolds and whoever they cast for Cable. I want Jensen Ackles from fucking Supernatural. That'd be awesome. Just the two of them back and forth. That would be amazing.
I think that whomever it is going to be the right choice because, I mean, shit, Reynolds himself pushed so hard for this just to get this made. He's going to have his hands on everything when it comes to the second, especially the second movie, as well as it's already, being prepped to do for the first movie. It hasn't even fucking come out yet.
Right.
Oh my
now,
God.
I will say this, hopefully it doesn't, but if the movie sucks, it's still going to have a huge cult following.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's still going to have a huge cult following.
I don't think there's any chance of that happening.
No, it's not going to suck. I mean, just from everything that we've seen so far, it just looks amazing.
It really does.
So, it's going to be one of those, I wouldn't necessarily say surprise hits, but, you never know.
It's going to make money.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be nice to see a comic book movie that is rated R that's going to make a shit ton of money and show that you can do the other side of it and it doesn't have to all be PG or PG-13. I mean, it's just amazing. I think that this is going to be, for a lot of people, the adult version of Guardians. In the sense that it's the fun Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It's the one that is not 100% serious all the time. And it has that comedic element to it, which takes...
it looks really good. Lauren and I were talking about it, and he made a good point. It looks really good, the Deadpool movie. I think it looks hilarious. But I'm not there's a lot of hardcore Deadpool fans out there. I'm not a hardcore fan.
My cousin...
I didn't know about it until probably Wolverine Origins.
And they fucked it up.
I didn't really know about Deadpool until then. Which was what?
They killed the Deadpool movie.
6 or 7 years ago?
7.
But Lauren's he feels like Deadpool, the movie's going to be a fan pleaser movie. They're just doing it for the fans, kind of. You know what I mean? It's kind of a fan pleaser.
Well, I do know this, that the reason Deadpool was actually already on the books to get made.
Really?
Back when Wolverine came out, they pulled it because of how fucking shitty they fucked up Deadpool in that movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, it was already set.
Pool.
No kidding. Yes. Yeah, no kidding.
It was so bad. But, I mean, it was actually on the books. It was supposed to come out. They were supposed to make it, and it just went to shit because of that. And the more I've been reading about it, it actually has been Ryan Reynolds that's been pushing so hard personally for it because he wants everyone to see what a true...
He's very perfect for that role.
Oh, my God.
So,
He's totally that... He's perfect for that.
But he wants to see what a perfect Deadpool movie can be. And I don't think it's going to disappoint. I'm so excited.
No, it's going to do
with him being that much enveloped with the character, he loves the character so much. Yeah. Those are the actors where they actually love the characters. They're the ones that usually do the best. Andrew Garfield, he loved Spider-Man. And he was my personal favorite Spider-Man.
He did a good job. Yeah.
And then Ben Affleck, he's a huge Batman fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so far, what we've seen of that, he looks fucking awesome. I've been on with that ever since they fucking cast him. He's going to be the best Batman.
We will see.
We will certainly
we will see.
I've accepted him.
I've accepted it. I've accepted it, but I am still skeptical. I think that he's going to make a pretty damn good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
We'll see about the other side. We'll see once he puts on the
Anybody
mask.
can put on the cape and cowl. It's Bruce Wayne that they have to portray.
He's got a good point. Well. I mean, it's...
Yeah, but I think that this one's going to have a little more character Batman in it, not just fight scenes.
Yeah.
And, loud screaming.
No, we're occupants.
I'll talk under my breath for the entire time and breathe heavily and say names accentuated loud. Zachary, go to the next step. It's not the first time somebody's had.
He always sounds like he's like so out of breath.
He really
he's
does.
Like, this city just showed you what it takes to believe in something good.
You would think for somebody that's
man.
You would think for somebody that's a billionaire, he could cure that COPD he's walking around with.
Yeah. I have one more movie segment. I feel like probably in this podcast I can jump into January and cover some DVD releases. Last bit of movie news. I don't know if you guys saw this. I thought it was fucking awesome that they did this. The guys, folks over at Jurassic World offered their congratulations to Star Wars Force Awakens. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
They made a little poster here, and it had the T-Rex putting a little medallion over BB-8.
Yep.
And it said Universal Pictures, Stephen, Frank, and Colin congratulate Star Wars Force Awakens on the biggest opening weekend in galactic history. And it was really cool. You don't see studios do that very often. Actually, like
congratulating,
giving them props and stuff.
And they certainly didn't have to. There was nothing motivating them to do so other than just being cool. So it was nice to see.
I can't remember what somebody did it to.
Somebody did it to Jurassic
yeah.
World. I can't remember who they beat out for biggest opening weekend.
Yeah,
wasn't it Harry Potter?
No, it wasn't Harry Potter.
I can't remember who it was. But they did the same thing.
Fuck.
This one was really cool, though. And Frank Marshall tweeted out, cheers to JJ, Kathy, the cast and crew, the marketing teams. You hit a home run, basically. So it's cool, because we all bitch about Hollywood. It's all money and studios fighting for power and all that stuff. And when you see a studio do something like that, it's awesome. And it kind of warms our geek hearts when you see something like that. It's pretty cool. So, I don't remember.
I'm looking it up right now.
Who beat out Jurassic World? Who they beat out?
But I've also got the Blu-ray site opened up so we can get some releases.
Let's take a look here and see.
It actually beat Avengers record.
Yes, Avengers. Okay.
Yeah, because Avengers, that made like $207 million opening weekend.
Yeah, it barely edged out Avengers by like $1 million, I think. So
no,
couple million maybe.
It was Jurassic World opened at 220.
No, I thought it was 207 that it opened at.
I thought it was 220.
I think it's
It was the actual numbers here are a U.S. debut of 208.8 million,
208.8, yeah.
And it beat the 207.4 million record of Avengers. Wow.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
And I think Star Wars did 238.
Star Wars did 238.
Yeah, so it blew away fucking Jurassic World. So, that's my last bit of movie news. It's usually this time for movie news, it's kind of slow a little bit. You got some articles, but everybody's spending time with their families and everything, so it's kind of a little slow. DVD, Blu-ray releases. We'll jump into January since we're pretty much done with the year. January 5th, we got The Walk. I've been wanting to see that. That comes out on January 5th.
Yeah, that's that one with
Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
Walking between the trade centers.
Yep.
It looks pretty good.
Green Inferno comes out on the 5th. I still need to check that out.
Travis was bitching about that one on the podcast way back. It was okay. It got all hyped up. It was like one of the goriest movies ever made and all this stuff. It had like one really messed up scene. Other than that, it was kind of tame in my opinion because I'm a huge horror geek. So
Joe Dirt 2 comes out on Blu-ray.
Oh God, why?
Hell, God! I watched a trailer of that and that was horrific.
That movie has a huge cult following, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I don't. I've gone back and I was like, well, maybe I'm missing something, from when I saw it originally. No, it's absolutely fucking terrible.
No, it's not good. Not good at all.
It's like Deuce Bigelow 2.
Yeah, Joe Dirt comes out that same week. The Visit comes out, and then Ding
Shamalama Ding Dong.
It's a pretty good movie, actually. I liked it.
Sicario comes out too, or Sicario.
That movie, I saw it, and they hyped that up to like be the best movie of the year, and it was good, but it got way too much hype.
How could anything be hyped as the best movie of the year?
Yeah, I mean, like, it got a lot of
unless
talk
it's
behind
Star
it.
Wars.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting
or
at.
Mad Max.
I mean, Mad Max delivered and was a great movie, but it wasn't hyped as the best movie of the year.
Right.
I mean, it far outperformed expectations.
Yeah.
Based on how good it was, but it wasn't. It didn't come out like, oh my god, everybody's going to fucking see this movie. It's the best movie of the year. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is the name of this movie again? I've never even heard of it.
Sicario.
Sicario?
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking Mexican wrestler. Here comes Sicario.
I'm still like, man, I've been thinking about it lately. I'm still kind of on the fence. I don't know what to give movie of the year, Mad Max or Star Wars, to give movie of the year.
It's tough,
going to
man.
be like an end of the year final decision of like a coin toss of what I'm going to give movie of the
Watch
year.
Mad Max again.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because
It's out now. So.
Fucking loved Mad Max.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like, and it's the same thing with Star Wars. Like, it's like there's not a lot of CGI in Mad Max. Very practical film. Everything's well done. The stunts are all practical. It's amazing. So, yeah. So
here's what I think. I think for film purists, and
Mad Max is better.
You're gonna, and I would consider you part of that genre.
Yeah.
For film purists, Mad Max, but overall, I mean,
it's like the nostalgia factor that really touching your heart. Star Wars wins.
You can't, and the thing is that you can't go wrong either way. But you're not going. You could argue to a Mad Max person that Star Wars could be better.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to argue to a Star Wars person that Mad Max was better.
Right.
It's just not going to be a thing.
Yep.
For someone who is like, that's it, Star Wars, end all, be all, this is it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what it is.
Yep, for sure. A little bit later in January, we got The Martian.
Comes out. Yep, I just
It's a pretty good movie. I saw it. It was a good flick.
Week after that, Straight Outta Compton comes out.
Very good movie.
That was a great movie.
Great
fucking
film.
ready. I'm buying that shit right away.
Why are we always rescuing Matt Damon from planets? We're always stuck rescuing him from a fucking planet. Stop getting stuck on planets, Matt Damon.
Gem and the Holograms comes out that week too.
Oh,
Did you go see that turd?
No, I did not. Thankfully. Yeah, that got pulled out of theaters. You hear about that after 2 weeks of being in theaters? It was doing so bad. Like, I think it opened, like, it got a huge wide release, like over 2,200 screens or something like that. It made, like, it only made, like, 1.2 million. That's all it made, yeah. And then I think it got, like, per screen average of how terrible it did. Victor Frankenstein beat out is even worse.
Yeah.
I think Victor Frankenstein did what, like, per screen? It was bad. It was,
shit.
but it bombed worse.
We could probably get more people to listen to this at a movie theater than to see that movie.
Yeah, it's true.
They want to put us on 2,200 screens. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Later in the month, Goosebumps comes out, which I've heard surprisingly
I've heard it was pretty good. I've heard it was good.
Perhaps it was really good. Yeah. Burnt comes out, the Bradley Cooper chef flick. I heard was decent too.
I actually heard that was a really good movie.
Yeah, yeah. And that's pretty much it for
January.
For January, yeah. A lot of the other releases are just either obscure flicks you haven't really heard of. Stuff.
Everest comes out.
Everest, yeah.
Oh my
Travis
god.
bitched about that one.
God,
yeah.
Did
you watch it?
Dude, I refuse. It's a movie about climbing a fucking mountain. Come on, man. How much more cliche and shitty do you have to get? How bored do you have to be to sit there and watch a movie about people climbing up a fucking mountain? Then, oh my god, we're stuck.
I still want to check this out. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
I saw it actually.
I
watched too many fucking movies, man. It's fucked up.
I wanted to. It looked
okay.
entertaining. It looked entertaining.
It's entertaining enough for what it is. It's a very average 6 out of 10 kind of flick. It's got its moments, but it's okay. Like,
I did want to bring up
it's a very old genre right now. Zombie flicks are just, God, they've run their course. Well,
they've kind of run those into the ground, but they'll be back.
Yeah.
They always come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any genre will come back eventually. You just got to give it some time to heal. That's why we'll get 17 more Spider-Man movies. Kind of shit. No, but I wanted to pick up on something that we talked about a few weeks ago. The Owen Hart Heart of Gold. I actually picked that up and watched it.
Was it good?
It was very, very good. Very tastefully done. They didn't talk a whole lot about the accident, but it is mentioned. And the one thing that I thought was cool is on the Blu-ray version. This is not on the DVD release, only on the Blu-ray because they have some extras on there. WWE typically does that with their Blu-ray releases.
Yeah.
They have all of the tributes from the night after he passed away and he died in that accident.
That was rough. That night after Raw.
I was there. I was at that Raw. Oh my gosh.
I remember watching it on TV and I was about to cry. That was bad.
It was probably the hardest wrestling show that I've ever had to be at because, there was just, everybody was just upset. It was just a horrible time.
Yeah.
But they aired, during the actual live broadcast, they had aired several tributes that the various wrestlers and staff had recorded to Owen.
Sure.
But many of these didn't make the air, and there's 25, 30 of them on there, and it was all from that night. And it's amazing to see some of the guys. Some of them are really, they took like the most heart-wrenching ones and put them on TV. But there's other ones that people you would never even heard of or seen before, or maybe don't know very much about, older wrestlers. There was even an announcer from like Los Super Astros, which was a very short-lived Mexican wrestling program that they had that featured all the luchadors that WCW hadn't bought up yet.
Yeah.
But no, the documentary is awesome. It includes all kinds of footage from the family.
Did you get it on DVD or Blu-ray?
I got it on Blu-ray.
Did you?
And
you have to let me borrow if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
The stories that they tell about Owen Hart are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Owen Hart was one of the most notorious practical jokers or ribbers, as they call in the business.
If you're anybody's a big wrestling fan that is listening, like, you watch him when you were a kid, you're like, that slimy little wheezeball, but like in real life, he was a kind-hearted, unbelievable person in real life. So.
Basically, if you watch this, you're gonna figure out that like wrestling is full of scumbags. Owen Hart was
a true person.
He was one of the nicest, most realist people that. He was too nice for the business, really.
Yeah.
It was a shame of what happened to him. And, the general sentiment through the whole thing is that nobody ever had a bad word to say about him. He was always very kind and generous to others, but he was very, very cheap himself because he was saving all his money for his family and stuff. He was a very dedicated father and husband. And they have a lot of kick-ass matches. That's the other part of it, too. You get some stuff from
they
Stampede.
always have. Yeah.
You get the Blue Blazer shit from the late 80s during the first run. Then you get all kinds of good Owen Hart stuff.
We can't beat the fucking steel cage match he had with Brett.
Was
that steel cage match?
Yeah, I was actually at that.
Were you at that? Yeah, nice. That was a
SummerSlam.
great match.
Yeah, it was a great match.
And Owen won that match too.
Yep. Yeah, I was fortunate to actually see like the peak of Owen Hart's
Was that when
run.
Owen suplexed him off the top of the cage?
Brett suplexed him.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I was actually at the King of the Ring.
Was that Survivor Series?
No, that was SummerSlam.
Okay.
In August. I was at the King of the Ring in June when he won the King of the Ring. And I was
94, right?
That was 94. I was actually at...
It's turned into a wrestling podcast.
I was at the 93 one and Brett won. It was kind of cool to see Owen win the next year.
I have a funny story about that King of the Ring when you finished.
And then saw that match. So it was like the peak of Owen.
Yeah.
Back then, his matches were amazing. So
he's a great wrestler.
I highly recommend you spending the money to check it out and just do it. And because you're not going to get much Owen Hart stuff. They don't release a lot because of what happened, and they try not to piss off his widowed wife and stuff too much. Please go fucking buy this and see it because it is totally worth it.
Cool.
What was your story about?
I know you were at the 93 King of the Ring.
Yes,
it was Dayton, Ohio, wasn't it?
I was.
I was reading. I don't know if I was reading either Brett's Bret Hart's my all-time favorite wrestler. I was reading either his Wikipedia or just the King of the Ring Wikipedia for that year, and Bret was in the final match with Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yep.
And he apparently farted in Bam Bam's face. Did you hear about that?
No.
And like, 'cause I think he had him in the sharpshooter and farted, or he did something to where like Bam Bam was. I was reading Bam Bam's Wikipedia. And he said that during that match,
Nice.
Bret farted in his face, and that's how he pinned him, or some shit like that.
He's probably just
But he said that. Yeah, but he said that Bret did fart in his face at that match.
Well, he did. He pinned him with like a victory roll where he was sitting on top of his shoulders and rolled him up.
That was a good King of the Ring.
We'll save this for another time. Kind of maybe more wrestling.
I think
do that before the Rumble.
I think we've been talking during probably the week before the Rumble. We're gonna have a wrestling podcast.
But I have some amazing stories from various shows that I've gone to over the years. But the '93 King of the Ring, the show itself wasn't the best, but the stories of the hotel before and after the show. Oh my god!
Like Flair and Perfect were trashed or whatever it was.
No, Flair wasn't with the company at the time, but Mr. Perfect was.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll save it for then.
Sure.
But if you're a wrestling fan, you will want to listen to that because there's
I'm excited to do that podcast.
God, I can't wait. I have nuggets on Macho Man. I have nuggets on Yokozuna, on Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Jack Tunney. It will be a various who's who of the sport.
Yeah, we were all born at a very fortunate time where we grew up in the golden age of wrestling.
Yep.
So
Attitude Era.
Love that shit. I mean, I used to carry around when I was a kid. I used to carry around I had a Jake the Snake bag with a snake in it.
Did
I
you?
used to carry that around.
Excellent.
Yeah, Jake was my man when I was growing up. Him and Brett.
So let me ask you, kind of moving along here. Did you watch a shitty movie this week?
Well,
I think that you did because I read something about this and I felt a little rant coming on. So I just want to hear what shitty ass movie did Zack watch this week?
Oh well, it was. I watched. I think I watched a couple. I thought it's really bad when you lose track, like of how many you watch. Like shit. I have to log into Letterboxd. Pull Travis here, log into Letterboxd to see what shitty movies I watched. I know I watched Blood Wolf. I watched that one. Oh, fuck. How did I forget it? I watched Saving Christmas.
Yeah.
Kirk Cameron.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
This is what I was waiting for.
Oh, my God.
How did you sit through this?
I've heard, like, from, all my movie friends all over the internet, I've heard how horribly bad this film is. And they weren't kidding.
It's number one.
It's horrible.
It's number one on IMDb's list for worst
lowest
movies.
rated film. Yeah. Like, it's at like a 1% fresh rating.
1.6, I believe.
Yeah, I watched Saving Christmas on the 21st. Okay, I got 3. Saving Christmas. This fucking movie. Oh. It's basically like, it's only 70 minutes, and it's freaking Kirk Cameron shoving Christianity down your fucking windpipe for 70 minutes. This freaking guy. It's like, he's at his family's for Christmas. Excuse me. And he's like, there's one guy, I think it's his brother-in-law, that just doesn't believe in the spirit of Christmas anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like sitting out in his car with him, talking to him, and like, he's trying to make him believe in Christmas again. He finally gets around to it, of course. And, like, I'm not even joking. The last 10 minutes of this film is these people, like, his family is breakdancing, dancing to Bible verses.
What?
Yes. I'm not making... I wish I was making this up.
Can you please repeat? I don't think I actually heard you. Did you say that Kirk Cameron and his family were breakdancing to Bible
dancing and breakdancing. And they were... there was this one, like, a guy doing, like, freestyling. I swear to God, man, I wish I was making this up. This movie, I gave it a half star. It's on my top of the worst of the year.
Why would
Even though it came out in 2014, actually.
Is a half star the lowest it can get?
It's the lowest you can get on the website I'm on, yeah. Travis found a way of, like, rating stuff at 0 stars, but I haven't figured it out. But, I mean, half star is the lowest you can go. Horrible movie. I just watched it because I'm obviously a connoisseur of bad movies, and I was just morbidly curious, and it was free, too. A friend of mine gave me a list of free Redbox promos.
Are you kidding me? You should be paid to watch that movie. That is awful. I think we need to pass the collection plate around.
Yeah, it's like people are at church, like, putting dollars in a plate. This is Zach's Redbox fund.
I'm surprised nobody's ever made like a little funny on YouTube where Stone Cold comes in and starts stunning everybody in the movie.
Right.
Austin 316 says, "I'll just whipped your ass."
Oh.
Kind of like Randy Orton RKO's the internet.
Yes.
Yes.
Breakdancing to Christian.
To Bible verses.
Oh
Yep. I wish I was making
God.
that up. I literally, like, I saw that and, like, I heard the first part of it and I just muted it. Like, I muted it and just walked away
I
and
just
let
don't
it play
understand-
for 10 minutes.
I don't understand how that's really a movie. That seems like it's actually more of a...
It's propaganda almost.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
yeah,
just-
I mean, I wasn't actually going to use that word, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, totally. It just sounds like, did this...
it's not even really a movie.
Well, let me ask you,
It's-
did this get a theatrical release?
I feel like it did.
Oh my
I think it was
God.
limited, I think, but
Oh, where?
I don't know. No, I think it did get a wide release. I thought it did.
Let me double
Like,
check real quick.
But yeah,
I'm curious to know because I can't imagine something like that would have enough... forget religious beliefs for a minute.
yeah.
I don't think
It's not even that. It's just
Right.
a bad movie.
Right,
Like,
but I mean that in case you don't know, Kirk Cameron is
he's a chode, man.
he's, in addition to being a
It
chode, ladies
was
and
in
gentlemen.
theaters.
It was, yeah.
Oh my god!
I remember
Well,
when it came out, I just heard horrible things about
Opening
it.
weekend, $651,000.
Whoa.
it made that much money. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awful.
And it made $2.7 million
total. And I'm sure it surpassed its budget because this movie's set in like one household for the whole fucking time. And like, yeah, I'm sure it actually
Made on a budget of $500,000.
There you go. Yeah,
Wow.
it did a good job. It profited.
wow.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That is unbelievable. I wouldn't think that anything like that would have enough mass appeal to get a theatrical release. I mean, if it goes straight to DVD and then they push
So
it out,
be it,
push
yeah.
it out to their viewers. Sure. I mean, I get that, but I mean, oh my, $2.7
Oh,
million.
it's horrible. He's like a fucking weasel too. I can't stand him. He's horrible. Just
I mean,
God, he should have died with family.
somebody
ties.
needs. Oh, wow.
I didn't mean it that way. I mean, like his career should have died.
No, you meant it, and you know what? I agree with you because it's terrible.
Yeah. I watched Saving Christmas, and then I watched Joysticks. I don't know if everybody's heard of this movie. This might be a future B-list episode, actually. We did the review a couple months ago of Hamburger the Motion Picture. An 80s flick. You watched that one? Did you watch that? Yeah, set in the 80s with Hamburger, Dick Butkus. That was a really good episode. But imagine this. Joysticks made Hamburger the Motion Picture look like Gone with the Wind.
That's bad.
Imagine Porky set in an arcade. It's fucking Joysticks.
I remember when you first described it that way. I
It's
actually
horrible.
want to see this movie now.
The copy Travis gave me is kind of glitchy, but it's on YouTube. You can watch the whole movie.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
because
it's bad.
Porky's in an arcade.
It
It pretty
sounds
much
so
is,
bad that
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, it's just like it's 80s, just horribleness.
Is
at its
there
best.
nudity in it too?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely checking it out. Definitely.
Yeah,
good.
it's bad.
Put
I
that
gave
in
that
queue.
one, I think, a star. I think it was horrible. Then I finally watched Blood Moon. It's another Redbox, straight to Redbox piece of garbage. It's like, God, I don't know why I do this. Like, it's just nobody else will do it, so I do it. It was set in like the 1800s or something. Like, and like there's a. It's yeah. I was kind of watching it. I was on Twitter interacting with people through Blood Moon, and it's like pretty much like set in the 1800s, and there's werewolves and stuff. There's only like 5 minutes of werewolves, and it's called Blood Moon. There's only like 5 minutes of actual werewolves in this movie. It's set in like the olden times, the old west, and they're trying to fight off, like figure out what's going on in this town. There's people showing up dead and all this bull crap. It was terrible, and so. All those two, Blood Moon and Saving Christmas, were free, thankfully. I didn't pay for them. So I think I rated that a half star as well. Garbage. Yeah, it was a bad week. There's a lot of bad flicks this week.
Saving Christmas.
I think that was it. I mean, I saved it with Star Wars, viewing of Star Wars again. I watched a very rewatched. I hadn't watched in years. I love this movie. It's not a shitty movie, but I rewatched Adventures in Babysitting. You ever seen that movie?
Oh, dude, that's a classic.
Such a
I have
classic.
not
You
seen
never
it.
seen
No,
it?
That is
Oh,
a
it's so
classic
good.
fucking movie.
Such
Never
a
seen
classic 80s flick, and it's set in Chicago and
Oh,
everything.
nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to check
My
it out.
mom is a huge fan of that movie, and we watched that when I
Nobody
was a
leaves here
kid.
without singing a blues. Very bluesy, like in one part. You'd love that part.
Oh, definitely.
Now, of course, Christmas I watched Die Hard again. Gotta watch Die Hard on
I
Christmas.
actually watched Die Hard 2 last night.
I think that's better than the first.
Thank you for saying that because so many people disagree with me.
Yeah.
I think Die Hard 2
Die Hard with a Vengeance is it. No. I'm sorry. I got mixed up. Die Hard 2, 1's better than 2. Die Hard with a Vengeance, I fucking love Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I'm sorry. Die Hard 1, the only reason people think it's better is because it was the original, but I honestly think that 2 was better. I think 2 was better.
You're one of very few.
With a Vengeance is the best one of all.
Die Hard with a Vengeance is amazing.
You know what's really weird though? I actually was thinking about this when I was watching Die Hard 2. It took 3 movies for John McClane to actually be a cop in his own goddamn city.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
It took 3 fucking movies for this to be a thing.
It's true. Yeah.
I rewatched Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
That was on like all day.
That's my favorite. I love that fucking movie. And then I saw this on Netflix.
My cookies.
What are you doing eating my cookies? And then this was on Netflix, and I was surprised.
You guys watch shitty movies?
I watched Darkman. That was a
good movie.
That's a damn good movie.
I was gonna say that's not a shitty movie.
No, it was on Netflix. I rewatched it, and I was like, I forgot how awesome this movie was.
You ever seen the?
Yeah, Sir Liam Neeson.
What about the sequels?
Oh, I've seen the sequels. Those were horrible. Freaking Arnold Vosloo as Darkman. His only like good role was in Hard Target.
The second one was really rough. I don't think I ever saw the third one.
They were shot back to back, and they were released like a year apart. It was bad. Direct to DVD, just awfulness. Ugh.
Rough.
Arnold Vosloo's only good role was in fucking Hard Target. That's it. When I come back, I cut me a steak.
God, I love that movie so fucking much. That's one of the best action movies ever made. Is Hard Target.
For sure. Jean-Claude fucking knocks out a snake.
He does.
Punching it. That's awesome.
Fucking bites its tail off.
Then he puts it as a fucking booby trap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, that movie's so cool. And then John Woo directed it, made it even better. So
Sam Raimi produced it.
He did, yeah. Did you watch any shitty movies?
I did not watch any shitty movies, but you guys fans of Home Alone, the first 2, right?
Yeah.
First 2 only.
Yeah. Did you see
garbage?
Yeah, Home Alone 3 and 4, man.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are like movies.
Yeah. Did you see the new clip of Macaulay Culkin reprising his role?
I didn't see it.
I saw it on Facebook, but I didn't actually watch the clip. I've heard it was
looking
really
creepy.
good.
He looks
skeletal.
He looks. When you look at his face, he kind of looks like the Crypt Keeper meets Joe Dirt meets Kid Rock. And he's
like, bust this out. The Crypt Keeper. Okay. Oh boy.
Who's gonna blow a log, folks?
Bow with the ball, the bang, diggy, diggy, diggy. Say the boogie, say up, jump the boogie.
Oh my goodness.
I just scared the entire podcast.
What the fuck just happened?
I just heard Kid Rock, Crypt Keeper, and Macaulay Culkin. I just came up with that.
So, let me give a brief synopsis of this because it's really short. Long. It's only like 5 minutes long.
It looks funny. Yeah.
It is. It's actually on.
Isn't it like a psychological effect of like him being left alone? How it messes his head or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a new web series called Drivers.
Oh, it's an actually web series.
Yeah, it just started,
wow.
And he's in this car and he picks up this guy. It's kind of like the car service, kind of like Uber. You guys know what Uber is. Sure. This guy gets in the back seat and he's like, "Hey, I need you to take me here." And Macaulay Culkin turns around. And he's like, "I really don't know how to drive. This is all my fucking wife's problem." He starts snapping out and shit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And so the guy's like, "Well, do you want me to drive?" He goes, "Okay." So he does. And they drive to some place, and while they're driving, he gets a call that he forwards or sends it to voicemail, and it's of his mom, and it's the Home Alone theme. It's so fucking funny. And dude's like, "Man, that's ice cold." He's like, "Ice cold? You wanna know what fucking ice cold is? Ice cold is leaving me alone. I'm 8 years old. You go on vacation for a whole fucking week. You just leave me alone. You know what kind of what that did psychologically to me?" And he's all like flipping out and talking about how terrible his family is because they left him alone for a whole week. He's like, they don't forget my asshole brother. They forget me, the sweetest, most perfect angel of an 8-year-old ever. And he's talking about how home invaders came in and traumatized him, and he had to fight them off. And He's like, I don't even know what the fuck my mom was doing, being a groupie for a polka band or something. I never even got the whole story. It's so funny.
Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
So then this guy comes up and tries to carjack him, and he's like, don't worry, I got this. He's like, buddy, you picked the wrong car. And he untwists a fucking, like a coat hanger and sticks it in the cigarette lighter and heats it up and stabs the guy and wraps him up, and they kidnap him, and then he like fucking kills this guy. He gets all psychotic and shit.
That sounds dark.
It is really dark, but it's funny. But the end of it, he comes like really close to the camera and with his hair all stringy and hanging out. He's got like super long hair. He's like, ah, doing the Home Alone thing.
Horrifying.
It is fucking great.
Oh my god.
It is so great.
I need to check that out.
But there was actually a follow-up to it. Daniel Stern.
Yeah, I saw that.
He just posted a video as Marv. He's calling out to Harry saying, come find me, please help me, because he's like, I told you that kid was crazy. Yeah, but you definitely check it out, because there's a lot that I'm not revealing in it, that when you see it, you're just going to fucking laugh your ass off. It's so funny.
For sure.
But yeah, I didn't really watch a shitty movie this week. There was so much holiday stuff.
Yeah.
I stayed away from it. I mean,
good for you. I
know.
always find a time.
Die Hard 2, I guess in your mind, would be the shittiest movie I watched this week.
No,
even though
it's not a bad movie.
I love Die Hard 2.
It's a good movie. It's like one. I mean, Die Hard's Vengeance is the best Die Hard movie. But I like 1 over 2. But
I just love the scene at the end. I thought the killing scenes were badass too. Yeah. Everybody getting fucking stabbed in the neck, blood gushing everywhere.
Very graphic.
But when General Esperanza and all them, they're going off on the plane, and he fucking gets kicked off the plane, and he unleashes the fuel cap. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! And that whole fire line goes up and blows that plane up. That is the shit, dude. I love that scene so much.
For sure.
I want to watch Die Hard. Damn it.
It's a classic.
Do you know that there's a poll on the news stations asking whether or not, because I saw you posted on something about Facebook, whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not.
It is a damn Christmas movie.
According to the American public, 61% said it is not a Christmas movie.
Well, the American public's fucking stupid.
You know, the one argument that the newscaster made was that it came out in July. Even though the movie is set at Christmas time.
Christmas Eve, yeah.
The movie's set at Christmas Eve, but it came out in July, so it's not a Christmas movie. I don't really
think... Doesn't fucking matter.
I don't really think the
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie to me, damn it.
Yeah, right, yeah. We'll move on to first world problem of the week. I got one. You guys got any?
Yes.
DJ was telling me about this earlier.
I've been holding this anger for like the last 5 hours. I am so fucking mad right now. I'm so mad I can't even yell. That's how pissed off I am. So I went to Wendy's.
Oh, it's this.
Yes. I went to Wendy's. Yeah. I wanted to try that new
Gouda burger.
Yeah, the Gouda burger. It looks so fucking good. I'm like,
dripping cheese off of it.
Yeah, so, well, 2 things happened at this. First, I mean, besides having to wait in line for way too long, I asked for no lettuce. I got the fondue fries with them because I was sharing the fries. So it was, no big deal. So I go there and I ask for no lettuce. They give me no lettuce, but when I open the box, there's a little tiny piece of lettuce in that fucking box. Nothing fucking makes me angrier than not asking for no lettuce and getting a little fuck you piece of lettuce in that box. It's just like they're saying, guess what, motherfucker? We are going to put a piece of lettuce in this box just to piss you off. And there is not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
We're making your food for you.
So I try to let that go. I'm like, okay, all right. Got rid of the piece of lettuce. I'm cool. I take like 2 bites of this thing. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking delicious.
Good burger?
Great fucking burger. Take that 3rd bite, and I sat it down for a second. I was going through the drive-thru, so I sat it on my leg for a second. Terrible fucking mistake. Why didn't I just put it in the seat? I don't know. But I put it on my leg, and because the damn burger was so fucking greasy or whatever at Wendy's, whoever was handling it, I guess the fucking box, slips off my leg, falls down on my on the floor of my car.
Did it all fall apart?
And it fell apart. It fell out. I was like, God damn it, no! And my car wasn't clean, with the winter time and the weather and everything. I hadn't vacuumed it out in a while. And
I mean, it'd be different if, like, the burger landed and it was all in one piece.
If it landed in the box, I would have been fine. But but it spilled out of the box.
And just the bun and everything fell off.
Dude, there was, like, one bite. There's like one good bite that was still part of the box. I was trying to pick it up, like I want this bite, goddammit, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get through it. So I was fucking mad. And I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there later on. I'm like, God damn it! There's people that will pick through garbage dumpsters and eat fucking bananas that are like 600 years old, and I'm bitching about my fucking burger. But God damn it, this was important to me. I've been waiting like a month to try this. I was so excited. I was like, yes, day after Christmas. Fuck yeah, I'm going to go get me a Gouda burger. I get 3 bites in.
And you lost it.
It was expensive, too. I was really pissed.
Like $10 or something?
Yeah, Wendy's is pretty pricey.
Yeah, it was pricey.
It was pretty damn pricey. I do have to report the fries were awesome, but god damn it, I'm not going to get over this burger for like a week. And I don't want to go back and buy another one because I have a phobia that I'm going to drop the fucking burger again.
Gouda phobia.
Gouda phobia.
I have one. When I had to get this antibiotic this week for my bronchitis, fucking antibiotics are expensive.
Yeah.
My God, man. Like, I went up to the prescription in Walmart. I went and got to the pharmacy, and they were trying to give me the antibiotic albuterol, which is an inhaler for wheezing and stuff, and then like a cough and like some fucking medical cough drops or some shit. And they're like, okay, this is all going to be $92 something. I was like, $92? I was like, well, how much is the antibiotic? And they're like, $55. I was like, well, that's all I can get. Like, I mean, I got to take something to get rid of this. So I was like, I'm just going to take the antibiotic. $55 for an antibiotic. Bitching about it, fucking. Like, there's people out there that are dying that can't even afford medicine, and I'm bitching about the. It's a legitimate complaint.
It's a legitimate complaint because we have the highest drug prices in the world, in the civilized world anyway. It's ridiculous. You can go across the border either way, north or south.
The same antibiotic for
a nickel.
$5 or something.
Yeah,
if that.
I mean, it's absurd. Where how much you can get for so little elsewhere. It's the same medicine.
Yeah,
it's usually made by the same companies, which is worse because the drug companies they negotiate with these other countries. It's like, please, please bring this here. I mean, the American public suffers way too much.
It's true. And I was thinking that I was leaving the Walmart. I was just like, no fucking wonder half of America is ill. Because, like, nobody can afford medicine. Mm-hmm. Medicine's absurd.
Think about seniors. Even with Medicare, Medicaid, and insurance.
They can't afford this stuff because they're paying their normal bills of, electricity and groceries and all this stuff. How do they afford their everyday prescriptions?
Yeah, and then they want to make it, then they want to raise Social Security every year.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to be 65. Now you have to be 67. By the time we're old enough to get Social Security, they're going to make you live to be 100 before you get the shit.
We'll be fucking dead by the time we actually get Social Security. So, that was my first world problem of the week of the prices of medicine nowadays. So,
I didn't really have one. Christmas shopping last minute
through the week, huh?
Like Christmas shopping at the last minute sort of was a horrible idea. Just
how last minute?
Like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, I did that too. That's not. It depends on where you go though too.
Target was awful.
Ooh yeah.
I wanted to punch children.
I went to the mall.
I also went to the mall.
Oh man,
it was rough.
It was rough. Trying to get through FYE was not the most pleasant.
FYE
experience.
And GameStop, man.
I avoided GameStop. I had to. I was like,
GameStop was just ridiculous.
It was
like I couldn't even walk through. Like, move.
You're right.
Fucking idiots. God, this is why I stay in my apartment. That is exactly why.
Well, speaking of video games, I know we're kind of deviating a little bit, but I've heard that there is, over the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a huge push to pretty much outmote discs for the various consoles.
That would actually be nice because it would just be streaming.
It would straight online, just all downloaded.
That would be cool.
I actually am a fan of this to a point, but it has to come with more people having access to the internet.
Exactly.
There's a lot of, with good internet, because there's a lot of people who may have limited internet capabilities or none at all that will miss out on so much gaming just based on the fact that they don't have internet.
Exactly.
Won't be able to even get the game.
Well,
so I actually see this going two directions. I see them, number one, making the games much cheaper online and then actually raising the price of the disc and making the disc not necessary as part of what you need. Which, I mean, that's probably what'll happen, but I really do hope it goes in that direction.
Now, with that too, I mean, to even play online now, you do have to have either Xbox Gold membership or you have to have the PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
So, I mean, it could raise more money for like the actual gaming companies, but like stores like GameStop or anything, or even GameFly, like they just won't even fucking matter anymore.
No, they won't. But I mean, that's the way it's going, though. I mean, even GameFly right now is already losing steam just because they are starting to offer games that you can even the newest games you can download for the most part, and you're paying about the same. That's going to save the gaming companies so much money too, which means you'll get cheaper games faster because they won't have all of that in production and shipping and all of that. I mean, it is going to really blow up the video game world, and I can't wait. I really hope.
I don't know if we may have already talked about this before, but the PlayStation Network actually released PS2 games for their PS4. And all the Grand Theft Auto games were released. War of the Monsters. I'm thinking here pretty soon. I think Grand Theft Auto was $15. San Andreas was.
God, that's so awesome.
So I might pick that up.
Zack is not giggling at us. He's laughing at something else. I don't know what it is. Holy shit.
That's so stupid. We'll post a picture of it. That's what I'm laughing at. No, God, it's so stupid. Oh, man.
Could you comment my name in that? That way I can grab that picture for the podcast.
I'll save it. I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, man.
That'll be an online exclusive. We will talk about that one.
Yeah. You got any comic book news?
I actually, my buddy Cameron let me borrow the Fight Club 2 comic book series.
Oh, I never read those.
He's got most of the issues. I think he's missing like the very last issue. But I'm going to be reading those, and I'll probably give a review for it next week. I'm really excited for it.
They were, they never had plans of doing a sequel, film sequel. They just made it into a comic book.
And Chuck Palahniuk wrote it. He actually writes himself into the story. Like Chuck Palahniuk is in the story at one point too. So I'm really excited to start reading it. I'll probably start reading that at some point this week. But I think there were 7 or 8 issues that I'm borrowing right now, so I'm really excited to check that out for sure.
Cool.
That'll be a good review.
For sure.
Yeah, because I love the original Fight Club. It's the book and the movie.
Yeah,
one of my all-time favorites.
With the comic book series, like they expand on it. It's a completely new story, and I don't know what's happening at all, but I do know that they named the nameless character. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll have to. I'll read it and I'll give a review for it next week or next time I'm on the podcast for sure.
Cool. Well, second here.
Oh, is it time for That's Not Good News?
Of course it is. And it is time. It's that time for That's Not Good News.
That's not good.
All right. I have one article pulled up here for That's Not Good News that I found. Apparently, there's a 22-year-old college student. She had a $90,000 college fund, and she blew the whole thing.
On what?
And blames her parents for blowing the whole thing. Haven't read this article yet. I just saw the title, and so I thought I would bring it to the podcast. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. This woman, 22-year-old college junior named Kim, who did not give her last name on air and was allowed to use a voice disguiser to even further shield her identity, came to the three hosts with a confession in just 3 short years she managed to blow through a $90,000 college fund left to her by her grandparents. Kim has 1 year left of school and has no way of covering her remaining $20,000 tuition balance. The show hosts try to give Kim the benefit of the doubt. She comes to them, blah, 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 in time of great need. She said, years ago, my grandparents set up a college fund for me, which was amazing. I haven't been very good with my budget for school. First payment for my senior year just arrived, and I don't have the money, basically. I've just been avoiding it. I knew the bill was coming. I used to budget for school clothes and college break money. I should have not done that. I took a trip to fucking Europe.
Wow.
With the fucking college fund that her grandparents left her. The Europe thing, I thought was part of my education, and that's how I try to justify that. Come on!
Wow.
Come on! That's... whatever. Maybe my parents should have taught me to budget or something. They never sat me down and had a real serious talk about it. My parents said that there's nothing they could do for me. Good for them. They're not being honest with me, saying they don't have money because my dad has worked for like 1,000,000 years and they have a retirement account. This fucking little twerp. This is the first time I'm reading this article. Then my parents suggested I go take out a loan at a credit union. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? I have to go inside the bank to get a loan? Oh my God. This is what's so wrong with this generation. I do not associate myself with the millennials. I don't feel like I'm part of that generation of millennials. This is what's wrong. This is the millennials.
Unfortunately.
You're good. You're okay though, man. Like you're one of the very few that's an okay millennial.
There's been things floated, and this actually ties into that story. There's been things floated that.
Oh, I got more to add to this. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I'll come back to it.
The co-host of the show that she called into said you should get a job. You can get a job for the school. Maybe the cafeteria is hiring, to pay for schooling. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
I know they're trying to teach me a lesson, blah blah blah, and character building, but I'm reading this verbatim. I hope they realize working part time could have such a negative effect on my grades and as a person. This little twerp.
No.
Oh my God.
I worked full time and went to school full time.
That's like 2.5 years of my annual salary.
Young and entitled. Young and entitled.
Unbelievable.
There's actually been a push through. Amazingly, it part of it is the millennials, the ones that aren't like this absolute pile of shit.
Yeah,
lady.
Fuck this girl. I don't care, man. That's ridiculous.
No, it's definitely not good.
Yeah.
Where was this at?
I found it on Yahoo News.
Yeah, what did you say? What look?
Like where from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Does not say.
Doesn't say.
No.
Thank goodness for her.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. I just don't understand. You blow $90,000.
The only thing that I would even begin to question when it comes to the parents,
it's an entitled fucking kid.
It's certainly not the parents' fault. And
no, not at all. No.
And she's extremely bogus for putting her parents out there like that. But the one thing I do question is, yes, she may be an adult, but clearly this girl has no type of life skill beyond going to school and blowing, grandma and grandpa's money, I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
But why didn't they have some type of reign over that account? I mean,
good point.
That seems kind of crazy. you don't give a child, especially a teenage girl,
that much money.
Yeah, and just say, good luck.
Here's your college fund. Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I mean
we hope you're going to spend it on college.
That's ill-advised, but they shouldn't be blamed for her irresponsibility as far as spending
not at all.
it.
This is all on her.
No. But one thing I was trying to get back to is there's actually been a push, which I hope comes at some point, to include in high schools like a life skills class required for all high schools that teach people, how to apply for loans, how to get a job, like things that you don't learn in school that would actually be very viable. Because think about it today, there's graduation rates are down, and there's the dropout rate has increased, and America has fallen further and further in the land of science and education and math and reading. You would think that in addition to just knowing how to go to school, that they would also teach you how to be a person. And I mean, that just used to naturally happen in high school,
Yeah.
but it doesn't anymore because everybody has a phone in their face 24/7.
Sure.
So you never learn how to actually have to interact with human beings, and then when you're on your own and you have to do it, these people are up shit creek without a fucking paddle. They don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
It's bad. And I mean, it really is telling of what the hell our society is about to become.
Scary.
I've said it over and over. Our society is literally going to end up like the movie Idiocracy.
It is. That movie's a documentary now.
It is. It's like fucking a fortune-telling movie because it really is scary.
Oh my god.
I hate that I'm part of the millennial quote unquote. I mean, I'm like on the very, very tip, like of it, you know, because being born in '92, I mean, I'm kind of not, you know, but
I mean, you could be a part of that generation. You're technically a part of it, but I mean, I mean, I'm technically a part of the millennials.
I think this is more for people that were born in the late '90s and early 2000s that are still in their teenage and just getting ready to hit 20 years old.
Yeah,
that are just completely
clueless and have no idea what to do with their lives and don't know anything. So.
I have a good that's not good story. Oh my god.
That's a contradiction.
Yeah, it's bad. Our old buddy, Vladdy Putin. He's back again, and he's shirtless in a bizarre new calendar that's titled All Year with the President of Russia. Yes, folks, Vladimir Putin has a shirtless calendar coming out, and you know that everybody's going to be forced to buy it. If they don't, they're probably going to end up like Pussy Riot, which is really
a shame. Communists.
The Russian, that's getting to be.
I mean, they're not. They're technically a democracy, but they might as well be communists.
The government. Let's make that clear. The government, not the people.
Right. Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
The Russian president fishes bare-chested in one of the snaps from the 2016 edition.
Jesus Christ.
Other images feature him working out, looking serious in a military uniform, and of course, what you would expect, signing autographs for children, because you know that's what
shirtless?
he does all the time. I hope not. And it even gets worse. But the political strongman, in case you didn't know, he also shows off his sensitive side.
Okay.
There are photographs.
Kitties.
No, puppies.
Oh.
There are photographs of him sniffing a flower and cuddling up to a dog.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is he's Putin on a good image.
Knee slapper.
Good night.
He actually says, let me try and do my Russian voice. Dogs and I have very warm feelings for one another. No one will ever get military superiority over Russia. I like all Russian women. Then why is Pussy Riot in jail? Oh, that's right. Because they hate you and they talk shit about you all the time, which is why you've locked them up. I think Russian women are the most talented and most beautiful.
Oh, sure, buddy.
Yeah.
God, he's insane. That's proof right there that he's insane.
Who's crazier, him or Donald Trump? I'd have to say Putin only because
I'd have to go with Putin too.
A's in power and B, he's posing shirtless in a calendar. What the fuck?
Like the fucking president of a country is posing shirtless in a calendar.
Maybe Obama will come out with one next year too.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear. I'm going to
show off my pectorals
while I'm singing this golf putt.
Yeah, right. Anybody you got any that's not good news?
Fucking Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo. Well, let's go get a big nigga basket.
I got a big nigga
basket. Boo boo's fucking biting. We'll go in and get those votes.
You got any that's not good news?
I don't have any that's not good news.
Okay.
I've got a couple saved up for.
What the fuck?
Kind of what the fuck. And I got just internet things as well.
Okay, we'll move on to what the fuck news. I got one here that I saw over the that my mom showed me, surprisingly enough, over the holidays. This video, oh God, I was choking laughing the first time I saw it. It was it'll leave you saying what the fuck. Basically, it's you'll just hear audio here at this point, but it's a YouTube video of a young lady and she farts, although her fart sounds like Chewbacca. I'm going to play this for you guys, and 1 second here.
I'm going to run to the bathroom very quickly. I will be right back.
All right.
I'm sure I'd be able to hear it over...
It's a haunting sound, sir. I will save this for Andy when he gets back. But yes, this I don't know where this video surfaced from. My mom told me to go check it out on Facebook. It's kind of viral, but it's oh boy, it's something. It is something. While we're waiting, you got some what the fuck news? You got some lined up after this?
Yeah, I've got a couple here.
Okay. Okay.
Oh boy.
Ooh. All right. Well, for your listening pleasure, here is this young lady. We'll just hear the audio here because the actual image is of her like bare butt, so we won't show that on the podcast.
Yeah.
But all you gotta really do is hear it. So here we go.
I got a surprise for you. Listen up real close, okay?
She says, "Woo!"
Oh my god!
One more time.
Why do you have to play this towards me?
It literally sounds like Chewbacca too. It's like fucking. Can you imagine?
She has ass Wookie.
Can you imagine they like recut the trailer? It's like Chewie, we're home. But yeah, that's up to like 40,000 views on YouTube now. So
There's going to be a video out there at some point
gotta recut
of
the trailer
somebody
with-
recutting a trailer or
with
actually
that
taking
sound,
scenes from
yeah.
the movies
with that sound.
with that fucking sound.
I was impressed for her though. That was an impressive fart. I will give her credit. That was good. What do you got, DJ?
I've got a few things here, but this one it absolutely has to make it here. Driving instructions in Holland can be traded, like driving instructors in Holland can trade lessons for sex.
What?
Yes. This was apparently reported by the cabinet ministers.
Whoa, all right then.
So,
Offering driving lessons for nookie did not equal prostitution since sex was not being sold. But the opposite, a student offering sex for driving lessons was a no-no.
what?
So basically, if you're the student, you can't say, "Hey, I'll fuck you if you give me
A
driving lesson." But the driving instructor can say, "If you fuck me, I will give you driving lessons."
What?
Yeah, Holland's funny.
The fuck, Holland?
Yeah, it's
I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird?
Back to good old Star Wars news. A fan legally changed his name to Darth Vader. That's fun.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There was one more on here that was just, it was, oh God, where is it? Oh, here it is. A man threatened a Minnesota adult video store clerk with a pistol after he refused to exchange what he claimed was a faulty penis pump. Police are searching for the suspect who wielded the firearm at Viva Video in St. Paul on Wednesday evening.
Viva Video. Oh, boy. That's rough.
So because his gun didn't work, he had to pull out a gun. The clerk turned down the request to exchange or refunded, saying the problem was due to operator error. Then the guy pulled out a pistol, pointed at the worker's head, and demanded a replacement, which he did not get. Then he fled, though he vowed to return. "I'll be back! You just wait! You will make my dick bigger!"
That's
my
good.
God.
That's good.
I love the internet.
I know. It's great. You got any what the fuck news, sir?
Nope. No, what the fuck news?
We had some good ones this week. Oh,
I can't get the fucking Wookie fart out of my goddamn head.
That was impressive. My God. I'll marry that woman. I'm terrible. I'm awful.
Just feed her a steady. You just need to feed her a steady diet of pizza puffs and White Castle.
I got the pizzazz in there. She's like pizzazz set up there, sweetheart.
Hey, baby, you want to watch Star Wars?
She'll just be sleeping and then you'll just hear that and you'll wake up.
I'll be like sleeping this whole time. You wake up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You wake up and be like, we're home.
Oh my God. We'll move on to the horrifying image of the week, which I'll pick this one up from the podcast that we lost, but it's still a good one. I was browsing the old interwebs probably last week or something, and I came across this image. I'm a big World War II buff, like historian. I love that era of time.
Absolutely.
And apparently, this is an image when apparently Germany it signed a treaty with Japan, like to form the Axis, basically.
Yes.
And this is a legit image, and it's of Hitler in a kimono, like, and he was in a kimono, and this is a legit photo. You can tell, like, here it is.
Oh man. He looks so fabulous in this kimono too.
Yes, yeah, he's in a kimono. I mean, if you look closely, like the kimono is like on his shoulders. They have swastikas like in the kimono.
He looks really pissed off though.
When didn't he?
I think. Well, he always looked pissed off. But yeah. So Hitler in a kimono. You never thought you'd see that, but. That's like the title is this bizarre picture, which has only recently been uncovered, claims to show Adolf Hitler shunning his usual military attire for a floating Japanese kimono. That's a good title for the picture. So it was taken. The exact origin of the picture is unknown, but it's thought to have been taken in 1936 to commemorate the signing of the International Pact between Nazi Germany and Japan. So it's crazy to think. It's so crazy to think that back in World War II. That was like fucking Germany, Italy, and Japan were the Axis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And like those three, Germany and Japan especially are like our biggest allies now. Yep. They're our biggest allies. Like especially Japan is a huge ally of ours.
But
it's crazy to think.
It should also be noted though we also have a very very large number of military bases in both countries still. To
Germany and Japan. Yeah.
There's actually been a push to get by the. I believe it's the new Japanese Prime Minister to actually get the United States out of their country.
Really?
But that's never going to happen.
No. Either presence in either country is not going to let up. So, that was a horrifying image of the week because that is horrifying seeing Hitler in a fucking kimono. So, damn it. Let's see what we got here. Just internet things. We'll move on to the feel-good stories of the week. Stories I got, I'll let these guys take it here, but the ones I got aren't really feel-good stories. They're kind of just funny, kind of cute stories, I guess. But you guys can take it away.
You got a good one?
Yes. I found this article here. This was in Las Vegas. A dog that was missing for 6 years reunited with its family.
I heard about that. That is so awesome.
Reunited with its family just in time for the holidays.
Wow, 6 years?
6 years.
Unbelievable.
It says, David Marks told ABC News that he and his wife were overjoyed and grateful to be spending Christmas again with Willie, their Shetland sheepdog.
What kind of dog was it?
Shetland sheepdog.
You got a picture?
Right.
Aww. That's fucking awesome.
It's adorable.
Fucking years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
The couple hadn't seen the dog since he went missing in April of 2009 while they were all vacationing.
I working at my current job yet. And the dog, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They were on vacation in the Pioche Hills, or Pioche, I have no idea. It's a mountain range in southeastern Nevada. We were up in the mountains. Willie and his brother picked up a rabbit or something, and they took off. Willie's brother Waylon came back, and he did not. But he did not. We searched all weekend in a snowstorm in the mountains of Nevada, but we never saw any evidence of Willie was ever anywhere around. Oh. So that's actually really, really nice.
Did they say how he found him?
He never heard back from anyone until now. About 2 weeks ago, we got a call from an animal shelter in Elko, Nevada, and they said that they picked up a stray, checked his microchip, and found us.
That's amazing.
So
wow.
So if you have animals out there, especially dogs, get them chipped.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, dogs especially more than cats or any other animals that domesticated, unless you're counting birds, which I don't.
Sure.
Get your animals chipped. Because I mean that's a really nice story. Mm-hmm. That was really sweet.
That's awesome. That's like one of the best just internet things story we've had in a while.
Mm-hmm. So I actually have a cool one here too. It's a positive police story, which we don't hear very many of those. I know that there was the one of the cop in Chicago just killed another teen and a 56-year-old woman. That wasn't good. That's not part of this.
Yeah, DJ and I were. I hate to jump on that in the feel good part of the segment, but DJ and I were talking about that for the podcast, and I was actually in my weird ass fucking antibiotic sleep fucking schedule. I was up at 4 a.m. when that happened. I'll go to sleep listening to Scanner Radio. It's an app. You can listen to all the police scanners.
Yep.
And I was listening to Chicago Police Scanner Radio because it's the most popular one.
Yeah, by
it's got
far.
like 2,000 listeners every night.
Yep.
And that was happening when I was listening to it. They're me crime scene tape down at, I think it was Congress and I don't remember what part of Chicago it was. It's not downtown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was happening while.
That was a sad story.
Yeah,
but I have a good one here about the police.
Sure, go ahead.
Sheriff's deputies in a Georgia community, they were targeting some drivers in need of some cheer. And instead of issuing them traffic tickets, they were giving them $100 bills.
What?
Yeah.
Cops were?
Yes.
Where's this at?
It was down in Monroe County in Georgia. An anonymous donor gave $5,400 to launch the Goodwill Drive. The deputies were passing out the bills to motorists stopped for minor traffic violations in a semi-rural area. It's about 60 miles south of Atlanta.
Okay. So they were legitimately stopping them for traffic violations.
Yeah, for minor things, like speeding or maybe, not stopping at a stop sign all the way or something. And instead of giving them a ticket, they were giving them
$100 bills.
$100 to try to promote the goodwill of the community. Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. That kind of thing needs to happen in Chicago or a big city like that.
You know what? And I'm sick of seeing all this news all the time about how everybody's bashing the cops, fucking shitting on the cops all the time. They're racist, killing these people, killing that people, and blah, blah, blah. And, that's fucking 1% of cops in America. I'm sorry. I'll defend cops. They put their lives in the lines every single
The media just goes after all the bad
Exactly.
shit.
But when you see shit like this, not all cops are bad.
No, they're not all bad, but I will say in defense of the other side of it, because
there are bad cops out there.
For the longest time, it was never reported. Or very mildly reported.
But the very little horrible bullshit part of being a cop, the news that comes up, it stereotypes cops.
Oh, absolutely.
Clearly. It's probably, I would say it's a solid 80-20, 90-10 maybe.
One bad apple doesn't ruin a whole department.
Exactly.
And that is true. Yeah. And it's nice to see that they're, and this wasn't done just by the police. Someone else donated the money.
Sure.
And it's created such enthusiasm.
That's good.
Well, it's so cool that they're actually pledging, the donor pledged another $5,000 to be given out.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, that's
very cool.
That's really, really nice.
Money.
Yeah, same here, right?
Shit.
But it's nice to see another 50 plus people be getting $100 instead of a ticket that would cost them $100 or more.
Yeah. It's here you go, be careful next time. Here's $100.
I would have been very appreciative if the cop that gave me a ticket when I got into a minor car accident last week would have given me $100
right
instead of a ticket
or $100 ticket.
yes. But he did get us off the road quickly and on our way. The police here were very, very helpful and appreciative, and I do want to give a shout out to them. I was panicking. Thankfully, there was no injuries. Everybody was fine. It was very, very minor, but it was in rush hour traffic, and I was actually on my way to go see Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I was so.
I remember you telling me.
I was so upset after I found out that I was okay. The driver in front of me was okay. I unfortunately kind of tapped into someone's bumper. Let's not make a big deal out of it. Everybody's fine, but I was very upset afterwards that I could possibly miss Star Wars on opening night. But it went perfect. The police were amazing. They got us in and got us out, got us on our way.
That's a first world problem right there.
It was a first world problem, but it turned out okay. And it's absolutely to the dedication of our police department. Because,
thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you very much for your service, because there's a lot of good cops out there. Mm-hmm. And it is a shame that so many of the good cops are now portrayed
stereotyped
as bad.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, is there a problem in this country where the bad apples need to be held accountable?
Sure.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just because you're a police officer doesn't make you a bad person. Mm-hmm. Most people, and I would say probably closer to 98 or 99% of folks get into the police profession to do what is it? To protect and serve. Exactly. That's why they get in it initially.
Yep.
And, you know, things happen in life that unfortunately causes people to go down a darker path. But, you know, it's nice to see that there's still good cops out there, and there's still good stories about the police out there.
Oh, for sure.
I think I remember, like, after the whole Ferguson thing happened, like, I shared a video online, like, right after it happened, I saw, like, it was, like, this cop who had run across this person who they were either blind or they had dementia or something. I think they were mentally handicapped, but they were like lost.
Yeah.
And the cop was like walking side by side, walked her all the way home, held her hand all the way home. I was like, see, you know what? You guys are gonna bullshit about, you know, this cop in Ferguson that did whatever, you know, and then you see something like this. It's like that's that 1% that the media just scrutinizes, you know, and just makes all cops seem like they're fucking terrible people, which is not true.
It's not true at all.
It's really not. You know, they're not all bad. They're not all good, but they're certainly not all bad. They're
exactly.
You know, I mean, that's with any type of media, though. It's always going to be skewed.
Yeah, exactly.
Whichever way gets ratings and sells newspapers and gets more clicks online.
Yep.
I mean, that's what sells stories. That's the bottom line.
Yep. You got any internet stories? Or did you already read yours?
Yeah, that was the dog.
Fuck. This Stormtrooper whiskey's getting to me. I got a couple here. These aren't really like feel-good stories, but they're kind of funny. I don't know if you guys know, but Nintendo of America hired their new vice president of sales is named Doug Bowser. In the headline,
what are you talking about?
Is Doug Bowser brings decades of experience, not fire breath, to his new role. So I thought that was pretty funny. So it's legit. I mean, his name's Doug Bowser. He's going to be the new VP of sales for Nintendo.
Fantastic.
So,
here comes your new Mario Brothers movie.
Right.
Bowser is really actually Dennis Hopper. He's made it into the real world.
No.
And he's taken over Nintendo.
Oh. I did find one story here before we move on to the next segment. Apparently in Marana, Arizona, they had something. It was a larger-than-life, actual legit gingerbread house that you can go inside.
Really?
Yeah. Like something out of Hansel and Gretel, a larger-than-life gingerbread house made with hundreds of pounds of sugar and spice have been luring in guests at one southern Arizona resort. Much like the fairy tale, they are free to enter and sit down by a roaring fire, but there's no wicked witch. Instead, they're a server with a 3-course menu, so you can go in this gingerbread house and actually sit down and have a meal. Team of pastry chefs at the Ritz-Carlton, Dove Mountain, in Mariana decided this Christmas to go make a gingerbread building that was more than a display. The 19-foot tall house has been operating for the past month as a private dining room and become valuable real estate in terms of the attention. There's no cost to walk through, but for $150 you can reserve the whole thing. Up to 6 people can sit down, order meals and beverages from the hotel kitchen. Fireside fee does not include food. So yeah, you can actually go. Let's see how they made this house. They baked them into a reddish hue and cut them into bricks. They also pre-ordered massive quantities of ingredients, including 200 pounds of ginger powder, 400 pounds of honey, 50 pounds of cinnamon, 10 pounds of nutmeg. So yeah, they made a legit gingerbread house. You can go in there and have a meal with your friends, hang out inside a fucking gingerbread house.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so happy holidays there. So pretty cool. I wonder if you can actually eat it.
I have a nice Chicago
right? Yeah.
I have a nice Chicago story, one that doesn't involve anybody getting shot.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Sure.
The single mom who lives with 3 kids in Chicago, they kind of fell on hard times. They not dusty roads, but hard times, baby. So, I'm sorry, I had to.
Baby.
It fell on hard times.
Hard times, baby.
I lost my job, baby. I got kicked out of my apartment. Well, they actually aired her story on the local news in Chicago, and many people actually reached out to help this family because they ended up in a shelter, giving her, kind of things that they needed for a house, but she was homeless. One anonymous donor came through and paid for an entire year's of rent.
Wow.
An entire year of rent for this lady and her 3 children.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I am a huge advocate of not only paying it forward, but especially of taking care of the homeless.
Sure.
It's one of the very few things that is not touched upon in this country.
Sure.
Because there's no money in helping homeless people, which is why it's not the philanthropist. Let me try that again. Philanthropic. I can't fucking say the word.
He's had some Coronas, folks.
Yes.
He's on the Corona tonight.
Yeah, I've had a couple of Coronas. Anyway, it's not that. It's not the cause that people think it is. Because there's just no money. And I think it's nice when, anonymous or not, people come through and help the homeless. I was a huge fan, which I know that all 3 of you were, of George Carlin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
comedy, just legend.
I don't even consider him a comedian. I consider him a philosopher of our life.
Yeah,
I can say that word.
He is.
But one of the things I always loved in one of his very famous stand-up routines, he talked about how we should get rid of all these fucking golf courses and build cheap income for the homeless, but it'll never be done because there's no money in it. And when I hear stories about helping the homeless, taking care of people that are beyond less fortunate, it really warms my heart, and it's a wonderful thing to see. I'm really happy for this lady and her children.
Right.
Definitely.
You lose your job, you lose your home, and then, it's nice to see the community come together because, especially in a city like Chicago where...
What part of Chicago was it? Did it say?
It actually did not say what part of Chicago that she lived in. But it's really nice. I'm so proud that there's still good people that come together to help people, and they get nothing out of it other than, just the happiness and joy of taking care of that person.
It's good karma. That's what it is.
It really is. It really is. And I seriously hope that I really hope that this is something that millennials take up.
Yeah.
I really do. Taking care of people that are less fortunate and not just curing cancer and, diseases and, poverty, but actually homelessness in America. It will be a great day for our country. And I really do feel like that it's coming sooner than later. We have more than enough resources for everybody. There's no reason that anyone in this country or any country really with as much wealth as this world has, there should never be anyone without a home, without a job, without,
it's an
a decent place
truth.
to live. It really is.
It is. It's upsetting to see, all those people who've worked their whole lives and then all of a sudden, no, paychecks are gone, no longer doing that. You've got 3 kids at home you got to feed. It's upsetting, but then hearing stuff like that, it's fantastic.
Well, especially in a city that's like, Chicago's one of those ones like New York. It's like everybody's out for themselves. And you see something like this, it's pretty awesome. So,
yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Definitely.
You got a man who worked 30 years in a textile factory and then kick him in the butt, give him a gold watch and say, a computer just took your job, baby.
All right. Well, we'll move on to our last segment here, which is Why Should I Date You? Oh, this segment. If anybody's first-time listener of the podcast, it's, I'm a single guy. I have a dating profile I don't use really, but I'll come on here, for the podcast and just browse and try to find the most spelling-ridden, grammar-horrible-ridden profiles that you can find. So
all the hot chicks.
Yeah,
all the hot chicks.
So
I've got one also.
I've got a couple here. I'll read them off to you. We'll start out with username April with A.
April with A.
What the
fuck?
Yeah, I mean...
Are we in the wrong segment?
A headline, silly, sassy, stunning, smart. Her about me. Recently just moved to the city from Kansas. I love wine, 90s jams, and cardio. The way to my heart is through laughter and intelligence. I'm looking for potential and fun, of course, but not just a hookup. Let's see what happens. I enjoy finding the positive in each situation, dancing when there is no music, staying motivated and working towards my goals, laughing at the worst jokes, cherishing my friendships and family, living in the moment, keeping my faith number one, maintaining my sexy. Her first date? The best first date would be something simple and nice where we could get to know each other better.
We should send her an email, and in the email, just title it, "Let me lick you up and down."
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Right. Be like, then in the body of the email, just put, "Oh, I was just kidding. You said you like jokes and 90s jams, so what's up?"
Whoa. Oh my god.
Another boob pic?
Did you just say ho?
No. This is a lengthy one. I saw like when I clicked on the
Holy bejesus.
All right. Well, here we go. I'll try and I might have to cut a couple of ones after this. This one is a freaking diatribe. Username is KatyD6490. Headline: No one, N-O number one, has time for me like they quote unquote say they do. About her, this.
I think we're about to find out why.
This wonderful young woman. God, she just went all out. I'm a very strong-willed woman. I'm very impatient and overanalyze everything. I don't take crap from anyone, no matter who it is. I'm very picky and I get annoyed very quickly. I have a lot of pet peeves. There are some things I just cannot get over, and some things that I could deal with in a relationship. Big and small things. I like to voice my opinion, especially when I feel like I am being wronged. I'm very loud and goofy. I make everyone laugh. I'm a smartass. I am blunt. I don't sugarcoat things, and I don't care if it hurts your feelings. Wow. If you want honesty, you will get it from me. I'm also very faithful. I have had 2 long relationships lasting over a year. Oh!
Congrats.
Round of applause. I haven't had a long-term boyfriend since right after college. I like intellectual conversations between 2 mature adults. I don't like playing games. If you aren't interested in me, then tell me. It's very rude to ignore me and act all shy about it. You can't please everyone in this world. I am a homebody. If you don't like that, then we probably aren't a good match. I don't party, and I don't go out much. My priorities are my career and paying my bills. I'm very responsible with money and budgeting. I'm very career and goal-oriented. I have claustrophobia. I'll join the club. So I do not like to be touched a lot. What the fuck? I also have severe anxiety that limits me from doing many things, such as going out to social events, being in uncomfortable places, driving, and other things. If you prove to me that you want to be with me, then I will be the sweetest girl ever. You are just... I'm not even halfway through this. You just proved you're insane.
You know what I want to do for this girl?
What?
I want to buy her a panic room and make it look like it's really big for her social anxiety, but then when she runs in there, it's actually like as small as an elevator with no phone.
God. Oh, man. If you act like you are back and forth with me, please don't even bother. It's not that hard to tell someone you're not interested in them. I love to make people laugh, but I know when to be serious. I would love to be in a long-term committed relationship again. But it has to be with the right person. I can't keep doing this short-term dating. I want marriage, a house, a kids, etc. I'm not asking to marry a millionaire, but I do want to have a good, successful life for my family and I. I'm not the kind of girl that just wants to date someone on the weekends. I'm looking for someone to spend a lot of time with that isn't buried in their work. Someone willing to go the extra mile to make me happy. If you do not have a driver's license, a car, live in your parents' basement, do drugs, party, drink a lot, messy, poor hygiene.
Well, shit, that last part.
Lots of kids and animals, have no ambition in life, then please, please, please do not even message me anymore. I also hate when I am having a conversation with someone and they just stop talking and I don't hear from them again. It's rude. I hate rude people. If you even reference anything sexual before I even meet you, you can find someone else that is easy, because it's not me. I'm hoping to find someone similar interested as me, but also someone that can help me out of my comfort zone. Someone gentle and patient with me. If none of this sounds like anything you want to deal with, then I'm not the girl for you. So with that being said, good luck. Yeah, your good luck is right. And I look forward to hearing from you. First date, typically dinner, but I would be down for some fishing or something more relaxing.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Fucking fishing again.
All right, I'll do 2 more. You can take one away. You want to do one?
All right, I got one.
Headline username is "Oh hey, it's me." Headline. I'm serious.
I think I saw this one.
Her username is Happy Holidays. About me, I have goals. NTD Grad 2017. Fam and friends are number 1. The conversation would be nice, LOL. I could say more, but you're honestly interested, just ask. So, yeah. Next one.
There was no date for that one?
No. Next one is One Mommy 26. Headline, tired of being played.
Hold on, before you go into this, I'm going to put it on the table right now. Because she's a mommy, I bet that her kids are her world, and she's going to let us know about it.
Okay, let's find out. About me. Wow. Well, I'm 34 weeks pregnant, and I'm about due.
Welp.
I give up, guys. So that may be, letter B, a deal breaker. So sucks to be you if you can't handle that.
No,
IDK, what to say, so just ask. Not into older men. I'm just tired of hurting. No, not looking for a father figure for my kid because the dad is still around.
What?
Something you'll have to deal with. First date, never been on one. This profile just blew my mind.
Oh my God.
Take it away, Sir Andy, because I am gonna.
I don't know, man. That's
cut off my balls or just fucking go abstinent the rest of my life. That's rough. It's a desolate wasteland out there. Oh boy, that's rough. Sipping out of my Stormtrooper mug here, drinking whiskey. So
the online dating world scares me.
It's bad.
It
man.
scares me. God, I'm
It's
glad.
rough.
It's funny because like I was on I'm on one that I actually use. This one I don't use, but the other one I kind of use. And this one girl messaged me, and she was actually like a writer and editor.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
She like is a writer and like did editing for YouTube and stuff. I was like, oh cool. And I started talking to her. We talked to her. We exchanged a few messages, and I was like, I do a podcast with my friends. and I was like, yeah, here. I sent her the link to the last podcast, and I never heard from her again.
She's probably afraid she's gonna end up on it.
I told her I was like, the last part of the podcast is us making fun of a dating website, and never heard from her again. Never did. So she must have heard it and been like, those fucking assholes. What the fuck, man? So take it away, Andy.
I've got one here. Nessie 1008. Headline, FYI, no douchebags, please.
All right. Okay.
All right. About her. I'm 28, Libra, employed as a pharmacy tech. I consider myself a very down-to-earth, loving person. My goal is to be in school by next year. I love watching basketball and football. I'm the type of girl that always dresses up, but I'm also a woman that can be one of the guys. I know dating site may not be the perfect app site to find a good guy, but it's worth a try. Update! I'm seriously not on here for hookups. Okay. I may be the last person on here actually looking for a relationship, but star, it. I'm looking for a nice, down-to-earth, genuine guy. Please, I can't stand leers.
What?
Liers. Leers.
She can't stand leers.
Let's not waste each other's, that's one word, each other's time with games. There are plenty of women on this site that will love to go through all that drama, not me. So let's spare the games for the next one on here because I'm beyond tired of dating losers.
Sure.
God, I just,
sure thing.
I hear you, girl.
Can we message her and ask her if she would like to play some games? I was kind of hoping.
I want to play a game.
Time
to play the game.
What's that one with Howie Mandel, the briefcases?
Let's make a deal or no deal.
Deal or no deal. We should play that whether it's high drama and it's games. And it features a bald guy giving away money. Let's do it.
First date. Coffee!
Oh!
Somewhere to talk. Ice cream is always good. I'm not expecting anyone to wine and dine me on the first date. A simple, nice date will be perfect for me.
Every girl wined and dined on her first date?
Yeah, but then it usually ends with 69, so...
Oh.
Winer, diner, 69er.
Oh,
Yep.
boy. Well...
He doggy.
Might have one more.
Okay.
Username, Fresh Baked Beard.
What?
Fresh Baked Beard.
That's scary.
Headline, I like my dog more than you.
Ah!
Now I'm really scared.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this one's... Alright. If you send me a basic message that seems to have no thought put into it, I will delete it.
Okay.
Short version, dogs, tattoos, pop punk, pizza, motorcycles, and dogs. Lots of dogs. Drug free.
Where my dogs at? Ho, ho, ho.
Let's go give it to you.
What?
I'm gonna find a date with this girl. Let's go give it to you.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh man.
Hi, my name is Blank, and I'll disappoint you in ways you've never imagined.
Wow, what a start. She's already just throwing it out there. It's not gonna work. Oh boy. That's why I'm fucking single, folks. Like this, I read this like every day. Even when we're not doing the podcast, I'll browse them out of curiosity. I'm just like, it's horrible out there.
Must love dogs, playing with dogs, and be okay with dogs
What the
rules.
fuck is with this girl and dogs?
I have an active English bulldog. Her name is Toff. I'm a fairly...
Good for you.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Toff is not
Toff.
God,
Toff,
that's not the
it's
only person I
Toff.
ever own a fucking canine. Lots of... I had... Oh, whatever. Continue.
I'm a fairly chill person looking for an escape from things. I work a lot and go to school. That's literally my life right now.
Yeah.
My vocabulary pretty much consists of swear words, mainly the F word.
Oh, that's real attractive.
Since here censored it out.
Oh, sounds like such a lady.
I am drug free and I have an alcohol allergy.
What?
I
would kill myself.
In parentheses, yes, it's a real thing. No, it doesn't bother me that I can't drink. Yes, I still have fun. Don't sit there and tell me it's not something that's possible, because it is.
I'll go out with her, sip on my stormtrooper mug, drinking whiskey. I'm sorry. I know you got an alcohol or allergy, but
Let's start a pop punk band. I play video games, read comics, and go for late night drives with jamming out. I wear hipster glasses sometimes because I need them to see me.
Wait a minute, sometimes? If you need
All
them
the
to
time.
see, why aren't you
You wear
wearing
them all the time.
Oh my god.
Damn, is this over with yet?
It's done. She doesn't have a first date.
Good.
Who the fuck would go out with her
No
after that?
shit.
Oh, there's another shawty.
What are they gonna do? Get together and pet their fucking dog?
Yeah.
That'll be my last one. That one was too much.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm
well,
actually glad that I don't have to go into this world because,
Yeah, you luckily have a girl in your life, so you're a lucky man. So.
Yeah, I'm very happy without having to do that kind of
It's rough.
nonsense.
It's a rough world out there,
Oh
man.
my god.
I think that's it. Any closing thoughts? Anything?
No.
We will have, if anybody's a B-list fan out there, B-list holiday special will be out by the end of the year. It's a Christmas themed one. We've all been busy, but it will be out by the end of the year.
It will be.
So you guys will be able to see that by the end of the year if you guys are interested in seeing that. Next time we do a podcast will be next weekend, which will technically be New Year. So, which would be January 2nd.
Yep.
So
January 2nd, yeah.
we should hopefully. I haven't heard anything. Travis can't not make it, so hopefully we'll be all.
I probably will not be here for the next podcast. One of my buddies is back in town, and he leaves the day after Saturday. So
Okay.
We might have a few surprises for the podcast next week too.
Okay.
So you'll just have to tune in to find out.
It might be like a
Little teaser there.
me, Travis, and DJ podcast. Maybe this again. So. But I hope everybody has a great upcoming week. I hope everybody has a good new year. celebration.
Be safe. Do not drink and drive.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. Do not drink and drive. Not a good idea ever. So, go see Star Wars. You haven't seen it. There's no excuse for you to have not seen it yet.
Unless you're one of those 1% who's stupid and decides not to watch Star Wars.
And you know what? There's been no incident. We've been 2 whole weeks. No incident at any theaters.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
you don't even have to be afraid of that. So
Yep.
take your ass out there. Go see it on a matinee if you're a cheap bastard.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, so I hope everybody has a great week. We'll be back next week for the new year to bring Geeks in the Phone into 2016. So
Yes.
hope everybody has a good night, good weekend, and great upcoming week.
Take care.
Bye.